What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Minecraft live stream. Today, as the thumbnail and title implies, we're going to be doing a bit of stable construction. We have to decide on the design, however. We haven't really talked about it. We just know that we're done having our animals roaming around free inside the main base. This is not the main base, at least not anymore. But we will lovingly refer to it as home base for now. So that was like the prototype right there. That's the barn. And in one of our recent live streams, we took the time to tame some wolves. Wolves that became dogs once they were tamed. And that went pretty well, except that they got lost out there in the middle of nowhere. So I found a couple more that were closer to the base, and I tamed them, and I started breeding them. So now I have a pack. It looks like we got 7 in here, and they're all just hanging out, waiting to go on an adventure. But we're going to leave them in there for now until we have a better, more suitable home for them that they can't escape from, at least not easily. Sweet D over here is just gazing off at her crops. Has nothing to say.
Hello.
She's still afraid to be on camera. We'll get her one of these days. I've been thinking about shrinking the size of my face cam. And then, putting her on the other side. That side. Might work out pretty well. So as per usual, whenever we do something serious, like live stream, gonna take the good old main armor set, which isn't really that impressive. I just have 1 enchant on it. But I finally did take the time and commit the resources to building myself a set of diamond armor. We have enough diamonds now to also give Sweet D a set of diamond armor, but she still hasn't proven herself cautious enough whilst mining to avoid falling into lava. So let's spend our enchant levels before we go out there. I have a feeling we're going to be doing quite a bit of hollowing out of a mountain. Pretty much the 3rd tier of our volcano base, which is now our main base. And we want to have a really good pickaxe to do that. But you see, this Fortune 2 here is a bit of a problem. But let's go for it anyway. Nice. That was a good roll. So if we fuse this pickaxe we just made, so we have that one, which is basically it is the same exact thing. So if we fuse these two right here, then we'll basically reach efficiency 5 and hopefully unbreaking 5 and maybe fortune 3. That'll cost us a lot of enchant levels. And in the meantime, we can use this efficiency 4 on breaking 3. That should be enough for us to hollow out our base for the time being, for at least for the duration of this live stream, as well as the shovel, which we can repair at home base or main base. And then I'll bring another extra pickaxe for Sweet D because she's probably going to help me out. Where are you at?
Just at main base.
Let's have a rest, shall we?
Okay.
She's coming down, she's got the flu. People are dropping dead where we live from the flu right now. I guess they do that every year, though.
Let me just fix it.
Too much fear-mongering every time they talk about, well, people are dying from the flu this year. Well, isn't that what happens every year? People die. But yeah, we were supposed to go snowshoeing today, and Sweet D had other plans. She's like, I feel like I'm going to get sick today. That was yesterday. But have you beat the bug yet?
I think so. I hope so.
She's not sure. The
I
correct
logged
answer was yes, I beat the bug. Well, log back in. What are you doing?
Just doing this. I guess it doesn't matter.
I'm just going to go to sleep then. See ya.
Yeah, just go to sleep without.
Hello there, Ricky Davis in YouTube chat. Thank you for saying hello. I'm excited for today's episode because I have been attending Redstone University, and I'm excited to show you what I've learned. I probably spent like 8 hours learning Redstone recently. Maybe not that long, but I was being irresponsible and staying awake well past my bedtime. Okay, you know what? It's just too loud. Go ahead and nerf that like 50%. So I haven't timed it recently, but I did optimize this railway, I think, the best I could. So when we did our first test, it was running at, I think, 1 minute and 50 seconds or so. I wouldn't be surprised if I got it down to 1 minute 30 now. Scott's on Twitch says, hey, question, me and my friends started playing Minecraft because we like the building aspect, but the game won't let us join each other. We're playing on the Windows 10 version through Xbox Console Companion. What do we do? Xbox Console Companion. I'm not really sure what that means, man. But I've only ever played Minecraft in Java. I also have the Windows 10 edition and I've tested it out. But yeah, the Console Companion is something that's a bit of a foreign concept to me. My understanding is that Microsoft is trying to sell you on a subscription. So you subscribe to Minecraft Realms, and then you can play on a bunch of multiplayer servers that way together. But if you don't want to do that, then you're going to need to host your own server, which you can't do with an Xbox. So you can either lease one, or you can set one up yourself on a PC or any computer, really. You can do it on a Raspberry Pi, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh, looks like Sweet D put some paintings here, trying to add some color.
They were just trolling you to see. I don't really like those.
The base is gradually gaining some color over time. This was supposed to be our lobby, but we needed more storage space, so we'll probably end up filling this room with chests. We're doing all right though on storage space right now. And then here's the mushroom farm we built yesterday. It's coming along. I'm not sure if it's really maxed out or not. I'm gonna give it more time, and we'll record ourselves flushing the mushrooms into our inventory, and then we'll probably post a standalone mushroom farm video later. Scott says, we tried the Java version, but feels like it's not as smooth. It will be if you install Optifine. But yeah, you need a computer that can perform in order to get steady frame rates. The thing about console gaming is it's very consistent. It's very reliable. So you'll have, computer performance that is very optimized and locked at a certain frame rate, and it's constant. Like that, they call it the Bedrock edition of the game, which is, the version you play on consoles. That's very much tailored to be played at very standardized hardware. So every Xbox One has the same hardware for the most part, except there's like 3 different versions, but they're all optimized the same way and probably locked at like 30 FPS. So you'll have very stable performance. That's one of the advantages of playing on a console. PCs aren't like that. Not at all. Are you on your way? Yeah, she's on her way.
There's a minecart in front of me.
To make it smooth, Scott, you want to download Optifine. It's like this.
Make sure they download it from the actual website.
It has not yet been updated for the latest build of the game, which is 1.15 or something. Maybe it's 1.51. I can't even keep up with it anymore. All the numbers. But yeah, install that. It's free. You can donate. I donated because I support what they're doing. That's how I got this cape. I don't work for Mojang. I got the Optifine cape anyway. And yeah, the first thing it does is it optimizes the game extremely well. But then it enables you to use shaders and all that. Like you can't play Minecraft, it looks like this without Optifine. So we have to decide where we're going to put our stables. Is it Optifine.net? Probably, dude. Come on. I don't know. You'll find it. Just don't install any viruses, bro. You'll be fine. We have to decide where we're going to put our stables. So we can put them above ground. I think our options are building a pretty tall foundation, like maybe 3 or 4 blocks high, and then constructing a big wooden structure on top of the foundation. Somewhere in the swamp over there would be one of my options that I would be comfortable with. Somewhere under there, under the railroad. The drawback to that design is that it would very much deface the natural landscapes, but then I got to thinking, I built this big ass railroad above ground, and there's Sweet D, she's walking.
My minecart didn't want to go up anymore.
She can't figure it out, guys. Look at her. Look at her.
You're so mean.
Fail. How's it going walking on that railroad?
It's horrible. I feel like I'm gonna fall off and die.
And then our other options are to put it underground. So there's a hill it's the hill that I'm standing on right now, pretty much. Which is definitely tall enough to hollow out and put a pretty sweet stable in there that would be pretty much invisible. You wouldn't know it's there. Could make the entrance right about where I'm looking. And then the third option would be to hollow out the base of the volcano and put the stables in there. So we could put it really at the entrance at any point at the base of the volcano. They all have their own set of advantages. What do you think we should do, Sweet D?
Are you still out there?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going. I need to see it.
I guess we should probably make our decision based on where we want the entrance to be. So this is what I'm standing on, is technically a part of our volcano. Yeah, Scott says the game looks amazing like this. It does. I've been playing the game like this since like 2011, when hardly anyone knew how to install shaders, because I'm a hipster like that. But nowadays you can I mean, Minecraft, if you know what you're doing, can be like the best looking game in terms of using modern lighting technology of anything on the market. So, Sweetie over here, our options are to build a raised barn / stable over there.
Where's over there?
In the swamp, like maybe 20 blocks past the railroad in the swamp.
No.
Which would look pretty cool. We can have the entrance anywhere around the circumference or the perimeter of this volcano, and then hollow out like the base level of the volcano.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could install it in this hill that we're pretty much standing on, like out here somewhere. There's the disease. Did you hear that?
Stop.
You following me?
I'm following you. I kind of like it on this hill over here.
What if the entrance was somewhere like where this tree is?
Yes, could we do an illuminated light path?
Yeah, but we're gonna have to go to the nether to get some glowstone.
We'll just set down lanterns.
So you wanted out here.
Let me see another area.
Well, those are the 3 options I listed.
There must be a 4th. I don't like odd numbers.
Well, you could differentiate like 3 different entrances at the base of the volcano and give yourself more options that way, but it's really the volcano, the swamp, or the hill in front of the volcano. Gotta make a decision.
You don't like this area over here? The entrance?
Well, it's all dirt. Because you have to have a voluminous cavern within one of these naturally occurring landscapes to actually house your mounts, you know, your donkeys, your mules, your horses, your dogs.
I'm saying this area. Like in here.
Think so?
I like the hill over there actually.
She likes the hill. All right, let's go sleep and then we'll start construction. I don't think you have a diamond shovel.
I've
Right.
never had anything diamond.
I only brought one. You never used a diamond tool?
No.
Really? Well, there's no lava around here, so I'm going to give you a diamond pickaxe
Yes.
that's enchanted. We need to get our use out of it before we fuse it with another item. So I'll give you, I'll give it to you right now.
Right now. I got out of bed for that.
Good night, Scots. Brian Lord says, I just put my entire life savings into the budding pistachio milk business. Wow, that is ballsy, man. Good for
Pistachio
you.
milk?
Good for you, dude.
I've never tried that. Where'd he do that?
I commend anybody who has balls enough to make risky investments. You gotta take risks, man. And you're investing in the right business at the right time. I'm not saying specifically pistachio milk, but any type of plant milk is a good investment right now, because the dairy farms are all shutting down. Especially, well, I don't know if it's especially concentrated in any one region of the world, but it's certainly a global trend.
I feel like pistachio milk will be something trendy for 2020.
Could be. Oat milk blew up in the past couple of years, like unbelievably popular. I would say like the past 20 months or so. It's been out of control. So maybe pistachio milk is the next big thing. But even if it's not, people still going to be buying pistachio milk for the foreseeable future, dude.
Pistachios are so good. I bet you it's such, probably creamy and buttery. I imagine it would be great for a latte.
Have we not had pistachio milk?
No, I don't think we've ever had it.
Dang.
We like macadamia milk.
Yeah, we drink macadamia milk. We drink any kind of plant milk, really, that we can find at a decent price. So if we had pistachio milk at our stores here, then we would go for it for sure, if it was reasonably priced.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we'll have a 3x2 entrance here. It's going to be hidden. It's going to be invisible. So you're going to have to speak friend and enter to get in here. You know what I'm saying? Do you get that joke, Sweet Tea?
No.
Have you seen Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring?
Yeah. Probably.
Speak friend and enter. So this is what our entrance will look like. You like that?
Mm-hmm.
We'll dress it up later and make it look all...
Did you learn this at Redstone U?
I learned a great deal at Redstone University
Reds-
recently. I completed my first semester. It took me about 10 hours, maybe,
Redstone.edu.
for one semester.
Can I just keep digging in there?
Sure, but don't... When you see daylight, stop and then cover up the hole. Make sense?
Oh, I didn't bring any torches.
You never bring torches. Here, I'll give you half of mine.
Are you getting the disease?
No, I don't get sick. That's how you do it. So, we might want to terraform this hill a little bit.
That's fine.
In that I want to have tall ceilings in here. Because we're going to have a lot of animals in here, and we don't want them to feel claustrophobic. We don't want to feel claustrophobic ourselves.
Right on.
So we'll probably go with a really tall ceiling, and the whole map or the whole hill will not be able to accommodate a tall ceiling. So we'll probably just end up adding some aggregate on top. Man, I've had a really bad headache for the past few hours. I had...
You had one yesterday too, huh?
I don't think so. Maybe it's just the donuts you got.
Yeah,
I woke up and I ate a donut like an irresponsible idiot. And then I had like 2 or 3 more donuts throughout the day. Donuts. It was satisfying when I ate them, but now I feel terrible. Like I overdosed on sugar. What do you think about that? Investing your life savings in the macadamia milk business?
He said pistachio.
Oh, pistachio.
Risky. I don't think I'd do that personally.
Well, how do you know how many life savings he has, though?
That's true.
What if he's talking about like 20 grand?
That's a lot of money.
It is. But
No.
you can easily rebuild that.
But honestly, it's such a booming industry that if you have the money to be able to do it, then why the heck not?
As you can see, Sweetie is very high energy today.
Well, I've never tried pistachio milk before, so I think that's why I'm a little iffy. So I'd want to try it before I invest my life savings, you feel me?
It's just nut milk.
No, I know it's nut milk. But they all taste very different.
That's true, but very few of them actually taste like the nut themselves.
I love pistachios, so I'm betting it would be a great milk.
This hill is a lot wider than I thought it was. I'm still going. Yeah, we should pretty much hollow out the whole thing. What do you think?
Sure. Whatever you want.
Maybe we can have 2 entrances. How's your pickaxe? What's that like using a diamond pickaxe with efficiency on it?
What's it like?
Yeah. You take out a stone block in like 1 second or less.
It's changed my life.
It's probably more like a quarter of a second, at least the one I'm using.
What if this person was trolling us about the milk? Then I'd be really sad.
Then he's got nothing to gain, man. Trolls never win. Tell you one thing though, dairy farmers aren't making any money right now. Been following. How are you doing over there?
Slow.
This is much, much bigger than I thought it was. You may not want to hollow this whole thing out because we'll be here all night. What's all this cobblestone you're placing?
Just covering it up for right now.
Why?
Are you taking that out? Oh, we're hollowing that part out too?
No. We don't want to break the outermost layer of blocks.
Oh, but the ceiling we can do.
Yeah, just don't expose the daylight. We don't want people to know that it's here. But for now, we want to carve out the area, you know, the internal space. So the room, we want to make one big ass room first. So probably head in this direction here, like 40 blocks or so.
Okay.
And then I'll try to meet you. You have a shovel, right? Oh crap, we're already at daylight here. Oh, that's weird. That's fine though, because this is a mistake, obviously.
So I just cover it up?
You're really not getting me, are you? Do you not understand what we're doing?
No.
Let me guess, you just want to go farm.
No.
Where'd this water come from? There's a cave in here. Well, that makes it a lot easier.
Why?
Come in here.
Whoa.
It's just like a little pool that spawned under here.
You should make it a hot tub.
We can definitely use this water, so we'll leave it for now. Wow, look at this shovel.
Your show up.
Okay. We need to go a lot deeper, actually. Then this pool is it's too high. We're gonna have to get rid of it. Otherwise it's gonna flood our room. Where are you getting the XP from?
Right here. You want to get some?
Is that coal?
Yeah.
You can have it.
Wow. Are you too good for coal?
No, all EXP is the same. What level are you at?
22.
Not bad.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that instead of digging up, we should dig down. Like 2 or 3 blocks.
Oof. I got more water in.
More water?
Yeah.
We'll just remove this too. We're really terraforming this hill. This is gonna be like a bat cave.
And we just speed into daylight with our horses.
Yep.
They'll never catch us.
They'll probably end up just staying in here until they actually fix horses in this game. And it actually makes more sense to ride a horse than go by foot. And given the size of this room we're building, I think we're going to need more than one diamond pickaxe. It's a good thing we have so many diamonds now.
The horse stables. These stables. The underground stables.
Pretty much level. With the, it's like sea level. I guess it's underground though if there's a hill on top of it. Wonder if my dad and I will ever finish building that hobbit house.
Never.
Why would you say that to me?
Just kidding.
Alright.
Shall we keep going in this direction or no?
Well, let's just reassess where we're at. So you built a hallway out this way. Yeah, we don't need this room to be any bigger. My God. We don't, even if we had like 50 dogs, this would be big enough.
What about cats?
Why would you keep the cats in here? They don't try to follow you everywhere. Well, I guess they kind of do. It's getting toasty. We should really try polishing diorite. You have coal on you, right?
With me? Yeah, I have 13. No, I have 73. 75.
That's plenty.
Is that what we're going to be using for this?
No, we just have so much diorite. I want to know what it looks like to place it. I mean, this is turning into like another base over here. You put some coal in. Oh, I guess you can't fire it.
Why not?
I don't know. Can't fire granite either. Fire cobblestone. What's kind of disappointing is that concrete is kind of useless in this game. It's too expensive to build, and it's too like finicky. You know, you gotta put water on it in order for it to harden into stone.
Did you get more iron?
No, I don't think so.
Cool.
No shortage of coal anywhere. This would take so long with stone pickaxes.
He'd be in here all night.
Whoops.
It's already daylight.
No, I mistakenly busted up that ceiling. That's as tall as it can go. So how do you envision this room being designed? Like the interior texture? Wood?
Yes, wood with some stone.
Be kind of hard to clean up the horse dung on boards of wood.
Hey. Well, you don't really have to worry about that in this game.
You ever cleaned up horse dung?
No, have you?
No. You shovel it up and then compost it. Turn it into soil. Alright, you want to build our door?
Sure, let's go for it. Whoa.
Do you know how to make stairs?
No.
Alright, well then you start clearing this up. Make it level.
Okay.
Suppose we should keep all this material we're gathering. Alright. We should come back with a bunch of chests and the materials to build our hidden door. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea. This is so grindy.
I know.
So I'm not talking because
Let's go. Back to base. What the?
oh, there's a desert biome here.
You just noticed?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Are you already in the base?
Don't you know about the entrance at the
Oh,
by the
going over
lava
there.
fall? Just don't drop my diamond pickaxe in there.
I'll do it on purpose.
Bye bye.
How dare you?
I vanished.
Dun, 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 dun.
Alright. Can you build a bunch of chests?
Yep.
You know how to do that, right?
Yeah, so let me just Empty out my bag space.
Dang, there's too much cobblestone here. What are we gonna do with all that? Alright, so I'm gonna make some pistons. Which means I need iron, some wood, and some redstone. We're gonna need 6 pistons. We already have 4. Oh, cobblestone. I don't know if we have any of that. Even just make 13. Then I got some slime stowed away right here. Let's make ourselves a bunch of sticky pistons. Drop the redstone. We need a couple repeaters. How do we make those? Regular stone.
So you just want me to make chests?
Yeah, how many do you have?
Wait, I'm just doing it right now. I have 8. Should I make more?
Yeah.
How many more?
Try 20.
Okay.
I think we're gonna need any repeaters actually. So you like the idea of an invisible door, right?
Yes.
And we'll make it blend.
Will they blend?
Maybe it's dirt.
Okay, so I made 20. What else?
That's it. Just grab a couple more pressure plates. Okay, let's go make that door. I think I got everything. Now it's time to see if that education at Redstone University is going to pay off.
Redstone.edu.
Yeah, see if I passed the test.
You have your associates currently.
No, I told you I've only completed 1 semester.
Hmm. What happened?
A little baby zombie just came running out of the room. Set me on fire.
How dare he?
Wow, that was intense.
Who does he think he is?
I don't know. He's scum, though. I can tell you that much.
I thought it was lit enough.
No. There's so much dead space in there. Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh. There's a skeleton up in here.
Okay, let's see if...
What?
Let's see if we can fit it in here. Now.
Look at this skeleton. I've cornered him.
I am building right now, sweetie. I don't need your distractions. Now they should move. Move it to the left just a few blocks, 1 or 2 blocks. Man, I think I might have to blacklist Mighty O's Donuts. This headache I've got is no joke. Hello, Vatri. Thanks for stopping by on Twitch. Good to see you. I'm doing alright apart from the fact that I have a horrible headache right now.
I like their donuts.
Yeah, well. You can keep eating them then, just don't bring them into my house.
Maybe buying a half a dozen to eat between us is not a good idea.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's just like 1 donut.
Yeah, we both just get a donut there each.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Okay.
I just get so excited.
Damn, it's dark again. I'm gonna need a bodyguard while I figure this out. Can you manage?
I will try.
There is no try. Do or do not. Oh, let's see if I can remember this. Don't fail me now, Redstone University. Nah, I got this. Don't you worry. I've just never built it into a freaking mountain before.
Look how many torches I put out for you.
Which is epic, by the way. Really cool.
If I die, I die.
Yes, thank you, sweetie. But we don't want to tell the whole world where we're situated over here. You know. You hear the UFO?
I definitely do not want to hear. Oh my gosh.
She's having a tough time.
They're coming at me. Full force.
That's what they do.
I don't like that. I'm going to die. Okay, let me back in there. I'm scared.
You'll be fine.
Please let me back in there.
Just wait.
Please.
Come on. Come on.
Story of my life.
Get
Where's
in.
Ethan?
There you go.
Ah.
Now you're stuck. Fail. There. Come on, get out of there. What about the donuts gave me a headache, man? The sugar?
He ate about 4 donuts, probably.
The sugar.
A
Without a
maple,
doubt.
maple glazed donut, chocolate donut, cinnamon sugar donut, and then an apple fritter.
Yeah, dude. Do you see what she does to me, this girl? She messes me up. buys me junk food and leaves it laying around on my kitchen table.
If you're my friend, if you hang out with us, you will for sure get food. But nobody hangs out with us. They think we're too weird.
Maybe we are.
Son of a bitch says hello.
We're just a little bit antisocial, that's all.
What's happening?
Jeez, you think you placed enough torches? My God.
We are building a stable for our animals. What's happening? Well, Hengist has a headache.
I do.
He ate about 4 donuts. You know you ate most of those donuts, actually?
Don't I usually?
Yeah.
I got a donut weakness. Oh! It's a villager. Let's get him inside.
Wait,
We need to repopulate one of our...
What's he doing out there?
Trying to kill us? Just run away from him. Better yet, bring him to me. Okay, good. Stay where you are. Nope, don't do that. Come this way. There. Yes, I got him. I'm gonna use him to repopulate one of our villages later.
That's so inhumane.
He's a zombie.
You think he's a meanie because he only eats donuts to himself? He only keeps donuts to himself?
You wanna stop jangling that thing?
ASMR, okay?
That is not... Okay, what do you think of our... hidden door?
I wouldn't even know it's there. I'd be so confused.
It's not that hidden. I know a different design that we could use so that it is really hidden. But the problem with it is it's only 2x2. And we need a 2x3 because when you ride a horse through your stable, you'll get suffocated because your head will get stuck in there. You get what I'm saying. Can you place down some chests there, Sweet D?
Yeah, can you drop your torches?
What makes you think I even have any torches?
You always carry them.
Why? Because you littered the map with torches already?
Yep, exactly.
God. Okay. I got some torches now. Give you a fat stack.
PHAT.
Oh great. Now we're gonna have to listen to that corrupted villager. Looks he's not gonna stop doing that. You think we should just put him down?
Yeah, he's already corrupted, so why would
Well, we could save him though.
I don't believe we can.
He is not beyond redemption.
I don't think you can do that to humans, so why would we do that to him?
No, you use a potion.
The potion of healing, the song of healing.
Yeah, I wish I could just play a song for him and heal him. Unfortunately, I had to make him a potion.
How do you repopulate a village with 1 zombie?
Good question. We have a village already that has 1 lone cartographer in it.
Well, we're not sure if he's alive still.
I'm pretty sure I saw him recently. And the villagers are asexual, so they do procreate with one another. Well, maybe it would be more accurate to say that they are I don't know the right term, actually. There's only one sex. He's dead. I realize that he's just in the way of this project right now. And so there's no male or female villagers. So if you introduce 1 villager to a village population of 1, you'll then have a population of 2, and then they'll start procreating. As long as they have some basic needs that are met. You know what I'm saying?
Son of Abyss is a Bernie Sanders supporter, right?
I don't know. I don't even think he lives in the U.S.
Oops, that sounds weird. I think he is. I like Bernie
I mean,
Sanders.
not that you can't support a U.S. presidential candidate if you live in Europe, but you can't vote for Bernie. You could donate to Bernie, though.
Oh, really?
Something tells me that the public wouldn't like that very much, though. If the presidential candidate was getting a lot of donations from outside of the country. But yeah. Why do you ask?
I want to show the video with Bernie Sanders mining the obsidian. It's so good.
It is. Get back to work.
I'm about to link it right now.
What do I pay you for?
I don't get paid to do this.
I pay you in torches.
I actually have a stack of torches on me. Can you believe it?
Did you see how fast I built this door?
Yeah.
Into the mountainside?
Thanks to Redstone U.
Thank you, Redstone University, for fine education that I now have in redstone building, construction, design, engineering. It's just bugging me, though.
What is Redstone U?
But there's no way around it. If I want to make a secret door, I have to use a
Change.
different design, and then it won't be 3x2. It needs to be 3x2.
3x2.
It'll just have to do for now. We'll come back, fix it later.
New year, new you. Okay?
So, what species of wood are we going to inflict mass carnage on?
Birch. I love birch.
Remember we had a birch tree?
Yes, I
Yeah,
miss it.
it
I didn't want it to go.
It was growing into our power lines, so I had to take it down. And it was a pretty good tree. But you know, it'll grow us food for many years. I think it was Son of a Bitch who's been asking about the garden videos.
It was the other guy.
Oh, Landry's?
Yeah,
Well,
maybe him too.
I didn't post an update, but I built 2 giant planters since I made garden videos for the first time. And within the giant planters, I did what's called a hugelkultur. Thankfully I filmed it, so I'll include it in my next garden videos. But basically I cut down a tree because it was growing into my power lines. And then I cut it up with a chainsaw. And then I put all the pieces of the tree at the bottom of the planter. Huge planter. And then I buried it. I buried the tree with soil. Really nutritious soil. So that it will decompose, in the case of the tree trunk itself, for like 20 years. And it will just release all types of nitrogen into my soil. So, Sweetie and I will be eating that birch tree next year.
Ooh, what crops should we grow next year? Let us know. We've grown a wide range of crops. For sure, I think we have yet to grow cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, we're gonna do some grafting, that's for sure. I'm playing God with the hugelkultur, says Son of a Bitch. Yeah, right, dude. Agriculture. Agricultura. I guess in a certain way, agriculture is godlike. You ever think about that from the perspective of
My
the
ancestors domesticated corn.
of the woodland creatures like the birds and the squirrels and the foxes and the deer? Can you imagine being that kind of an animal and then stumbling into some dude's garden where he's got all these different species of plants from all around the world that he's growing in a really controlled, like super efficient way.
Like Roger.
Yeah, in the middle of the summer when everything else is like bone dry, you just got this godlike environment of life, food. Gardening really is the stuff of gods, man.
I feel like if you don't have access to, if you cannot garden, you should go to the farmer's market at the very least. But then I also realize that going to farmer's markets for a lot of people are cost prohibitive. It's just
Well, that's like saying food is cost prohibitive.
But for some people, it definitely is because they're.
But you can get deals at the farmer's market.
I know, but what I'm saying too is like not everyone has access to a farmer's market, and that there are food deserts that exist.
That's true. It doesn't have to be though, especially not.
It doesn't have to be that way. Definitely.
With great power comes great responsibility. Ben Parker.
What?
Don't you know Ben Parker? Uncle Ben? She doesn't.
Spider-Man?
She does. Yeah, that's right.
You always say that because I didn't come help you paint.
Yeah, one day, Sweet D and I were deciding the color of our kitchen walls, and we were really excited because our kitchen was just white on white. And a great philosopher that I admire, he says, where you find a colorless kitchen, you will find tasteless food. And so I took that to heart. I'm like, okay, we need a lot more color in our kitchen, right? So I picked a color called the Dandelion's Wish. We were really excited about it. I was like, okay, we're gonna paint this thing like tomorrow or the next day. And this is before we lived together. And then, Sweet D, she just, I don't know what her excuse was. She didn't show up. And so I just say that she Uncle Ben'd me. Because Uncle Ben was going to paint his kitchen with Peter that one night that Peter snuck out and went to fight Bonesaw.
I
And
definitely
he's
was
like,
not
hey,
fighting.
Michelangelo. There's like meatloaf in the oven or something. So Ben had to paint the kitchen all by his lonesome. Just like me, after Sweet D flaked out on me. Can't believe it. I'll never forget it.
Nobody cares.
I do.
Actually, I still feel really guilty about that, but I'm horrible at painting. It's probably best I didn't help you.
Yo, I think that this stable is turning out to be bigger than our main base.
Yes. You know what? Our animals, they love us.
You ready to bring the dogs over here so that we can fight the monsters that spawn outside our walls?
Bring them.
We
Bring
have
the pooches.
We'll go together. I think it's nighttime though. It's impossible to tell in here.
I definitely don't want to go out there in the night.
Oh no, it's daytime. I'm stuck in the door.
I'm out.
Might have to use a switch there instead.
Talking about pooches, remember that dog on the trail last week?
Yeah, the German one.
The German Shepherd who was growling at us, and then the owner's like, that's hello for German. It's like, no.
It's hello in German. Yeah, he was trying to mask his totally inadequate leadership for his dog and total lack of training by saying that his dog's psychotic behavior, barking at strangers, showing his teeth and shit, was German for hello.
Son of a bitch says, yeah, but you didn't get shot. Did Peter Parker get shot?
Peter gets shot at on the regular, but he doesn't get hit because he has spidey senses. Where'd you go?
I'm at the main base.
Ben Parker, on the other hand, does not have spidey senses. He got shot, and he did not dodge. He got hit, and then he died. It's pretty messed up.
Wait, Ben is his uncle.
Yeah, but it's his adoptive father, basically, because his real dad, he bit the dust pretty early on.
Why? What happened to him?
If I recall, he was slain by a lizard man,
Oh my gosh, Mark Zuckerberg.
like Bernie Sanders. Yeah, remember somebody was trying to tell us that Bernie Sanders was a lizard person?
Yeah.
Somebody like that killed him. Mad scientist he was working with, like, disemboweled him with his claw. It's dark.
That's too dark for me.
That's pretty dark, man. But Peter's not even related to Ben Parker. Hey, Michelangelo. Remember, painting the kitchen.
The only lines I really know from those movies are Rent.
Oh yeah, it's the 30th. Huh? Where is my money? Listen, it's a free country. It's not a rent-free country. Come on, let's sleep and go. Where's my money? Rent.
Germans are pretty chill until you start to fuck with them, and then it's World War X.
World War X.
Wait, we were talking about a German Shepherd. Do you mean German Shepherds as well?
Those are Germans. Wait a tick. There's only one minecart here. Do you have one? Oh, you left one down there.
It's the one that went rogue.
Alright, just bring that one that's behind me. I'll get this one.
Tell me when to go. Are you already on there?
Go ahead. You're too slow anyways.
Just wait until I run you over.
Good luck. Listen, it's a free country. It's not a rent-free country. You do realize we're gonna have to walk back.
You're kidding me.
Oh,
You can walk back, not me.
you're gonna leave me alone with the dogs?
Yeah, you have diamond armor. I don't.
Do you have any idea what these dogs are gonna do to those skeletons if they attack us?
No.
It's gonna be savage. This thing's too slow.
Any way we can make it faster?
No,
No.
I need an airplane.
We need those elytras.
So you think that we should actually get a seaplane?
We can't afford one. I don't know where that came from. I never said I
You don't even know how much they cost.
They're probably so expensive. I never said I wanted one. I just saw one yesterday. And I was like, wow, they're so cool.
How broken is your pickaxe?
Not that broken.
Like halfway?
Not even.
Okay, you're good then. Me, on the other hand, I think I might fuse this one. Look, there's the disease again. Did you hear that? I'll just enchant another one. How about that? I'm going crazy with the pickaxes right now. Don't care.
Can I have this iron helmet?
The shiny one?
Yeah.
No, I need that for breathing.
Ah,
Why, you want an enchanted one?
never mind.
What do you want?
Nothing.
Except for a seaplane.
I never said I wanted a
Efficiency
seaplane.
3.
I just want a self-driving car.
Fail. Alright, we're gonna fuse this. What a useless roll I got. Efficiency 3. Took my enchant levels for that?
What enchant levels were you at?
You don't ask them question. I was at 28.
I'm 23. Can I?
Oh, do you want to repair my items then?
Sure, I'll do it for you.
Alright, come downstairs.
Meow.
Okay, you see those 2 pickaxes?
Yeah,
Now, right click on the anvil.
but they're at very different stages.
Doesn't matter. Now put them both in there.
Okay. Oh,
25?
I'm almost there.
Damn. Alright, give them back.
Son of a bitch asks, are there infinite diamonds in a Minecraft seed?
I'm
I'm gonna put
not sure how to answer that question. Because
BRB.
the seeds themselves are infinite. Ah.
Sorry.
Okay. So if there are infinite number of blocks in a seed, then theoretically there are also infinite number of diamonds. So, yes, would be my answer. This is quite an investment. And we still only stuck at Unbreaking 3. The only thing we get out of it is efficiency 5. I don't think it's worth it, you guys. I think I just need to get some better rolls. So what am I going to do with this busted one? It's got efficiency 5 on it. I've got to do something with it. For now, I'm just going to stow it away. And be disappointed. And then I'll take this terrible one as a backup. Okay, she fled. Just gonna have to get the dogs ready. I'll show you the dark side. Yes. Obey. Obey Papa. Let's go. Everybody come with me. And get some meat. Some rotten meat that I have from slaying zombies. Oh man, they're all here already. They must be teleporting. So we can actually breed them with the rotten flesh, which is a disturbing thought. Oh, it's Fidgy. Yes. She loves vocalizing for the microphone. Right, Fidgy?
Let them know her spiel.
Figgy says that in the richest country in the history of the world, wet food is a feline right. Wet food for all. That in a country where 3 people own more wealth than the bottom 50%, we can afford to provide felines wet food every day. Thank you very much.
Oh, actually, don't forget to
That's Figgy's message for
don't
everyone.
forget to say to follow her at it's Figgy twitch.tv/Figgy Games.
Yeah, follow her on Twitch. Alright, you ready to go?
Yeah.
You have a sword?
I don't have. I only have an iron sword. Wait, let's just go to sleep. It'll be
You
night.
can't sleep during the day like this. Alright, I'm going to endow you with a diamond blade. You ready?
I'm ready. Where are you?
I'm upstairs. I need a diamond sword, 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 sword. Here you go.
Where is it? It's
Now
a
put,
diamond sword.
put your steel one in this chest here.
In what chest?
This one here. That's where we keep all our spare stuff. Okay, let's go. Shh, I'm going hard. Going tryhard mode. Check this out. Yeah. I'm bringing the legendary bow to main base now. Let's go. Let's go. Can you close the doors after all the dogs leave?
Wow.
Don't lock them in there now.
Fiji was adopted. She's a cutie.
Close the doors. I think I have 7 dogs. Doesn't matter. As long as we make it there with 2, we'll be fine. So you can just start breeding them. Do you remember how to get to Volcano Base from here?
No, I don't.
Me neither.
Oh, anxiety.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Hear what?
That high-pitched whistle.
What is that?
It's probably an Enderman somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
And the sun is going
anxiety.
down. It's alright, I could use the EXP. Let's go. Don't fall behind. I know we have to cross the desert. Of this much I am certain.
They can swim.
Yes.
They just teleport to you. It's not fair.
Well, sometimes they get stuck and then they're like gone.
Oh my gosh, the cactus.
Do you understand how valuable this bow is? Look at it. Unbreaking 3. Power
Come on,
3.
Let's go.
Flame.
The
Infinity.
dog pack. How many can you have with you?
Godlike roll.
How many can you have with you at any given time?
I don't know. It's a good question.
We should break the game.
The monsters will spawn momentarily.
Brought to you by my anxiety.
You must escort the pooches to the hidden door at the stable. That's our mission. First step of our mission is to locate Volcano Base. There's a spider. 2 spiders. We'll cross here. Prepare for battle.
Oh, I see Volcano Base. I think.
We're already there? Oh no, that's not it.
Lame. Shall we battle?
Oh my god,
What is that?
you got in the crossfire.
I'm dying.
Why were you slain by a wolf?
One of your wolves. They turned. See what happened? I lost all my levels again. Take them all.
I gotta protect your stuff. Are you on your way back here?
I'm going to die.
No, you won't. You can't just leave your stuff here. There's diamonds. Oh, great. An Enderman.
Oh my gosh, I fell and passed away.
Why did you fall? Man. That shot from the bow must have dealt so much damage to you. Alright, I got your stuff. Ah!
Then can I just stay here?
Just go back to base.
Okay.
I accidentally shot one of my wolves. This was a bad idea.
You never listened to me.
I don't know where they went.
They're dead.
No. They can't be.
Can't believe it.
Sorry, I could be out here all night. For I have the most overpowered bow in the game.
Who said so?
Yeah, did you see how fast it killed you when you walked in my crossfire?
I'm reporting you.
For what?
For just... Hengist just went full psycho. He really did.
It was an accident.
Everyone now sees the real you. I knew eventually
It's lag.
it would come out.
Just gotta make sure these creepers don't detonate on my wolves. I think we still have 2 wolves. I don't know what the heck happened to the rest of them. Wolf tried to swim in lava? Oh my god. Why do I even bother? Just one? Oh crap, they all just showed up. Okay, I think we lost 2 wolves so far. But I mean, what's the point of having a pack of wolves if they can't even fight in the night, you know? We're just gonna have to let survival of the fittest take its course. And Sweet D was the first to fall.
Naturally.
This is why I don't give her diamonds.
You're so mean to me. Son of a bitch says that he can forgive that you killed me. But why the dog?
He got in the way, man. That wasn't my fault.
You say you're vegan.
Look, in battle, in war, there are casualties. And all I'm doing is testing my wolf pack here. And we should expect there to be casualties. Simple as that. But I didn't expect us for Sweet D to die so quickly.
You killed me. And you also took my enchant levels, probably. I have
That was
8
close.
somehow.
Wow, did you guys see how much DPS I just dealt? My god. Yeah, I did take your enchant levels, but you... On your way back to your body, you fell from a high place. Where did you even fall from?
The back door of the base.
What? Well, I made it to the stables. Oops. Oh, we gotta use a switch or a lever on that door. But for now, we'll just let the dogs teleport in here. So, it looks like we brought 5 dogs back. Yeah, we counted 7 to start with. We lost 2 on the journey. What's this guy doing? You can sit there and stay. So you can come back to the stable now. Got your stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put all your stuff in this chest here. Okay.
So you're at the stables?
Yeah. Call them the stables, sure. Oh, I'm gonna feed the dogs.
Oh my gosh, there's so many spiders out here.
So disorganized. Can't believe it.
Oh my goodness.
Spiders? Sound like good target practice.
No, there's spiders and creepers. There's just everything out here.
Oh, it's also good target practice.
Oh.
Show me.
Did you find them?
No.
Just walk around.
They heard I was coming. Man, this bow is OP. I wish we were recording your perspective when you got shot. I want to see how much damage it dealt with full HP or full armor you had on. I just got logged out of my chats.
Why?
I don't know. Let's restream. Just grinding the EXP. I used to think that killing monsters was the fastest way to get EXP. I was wrong.
What's the fastest way?
Either baking potatoes or mining coal. Or just mining in general. Did you find your stuff?
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna put my really valuable bow in there, so don't do anything to it, okay?
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna feed these dogs. Good boy. That one wants to make love, that one wants to make love. Just breed them here for a little bit. This guy's a loner. Oh, they already bred. There's puppies here now.
Where?
See them?
Oh, I see them.
Man, they're quick. That pregnancy lasts like a few
So
seconds.
realistic. Oops.
What? Oh. Yeah, we got puppies here, boys. Why do I have lapis lazuli? Oh, I must not have just gotten rid of that stuff when I was enchanting back there. Lapis lazuli.
Oh, they're so cute. They're all just sitting there with each other.
Yeah, you have to make them sit, otherwise they'll follow you everywhere.
They're just babies.
Oh, I forgot to give you your torches. I put them back in the chest there. Oh, and your food is in there. Looks like you had a carrot on you too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not have a carrot on me.
It's very like you. Probably just got back from the farmer's market or something. Grocery shopping. You know, one of her alter egos is Grocery Shopper 93.
I love to go grocery shopping.
When are you going to make that video series of just reviewing grocery stores, and then when you walk in they roll out the red carpet for you hoping for a good review?
I wish.
Wishing has nothing to do with it.
They would never do anything like that for me. I feel like nobody likes going to the grocery store.
You and my mom do.
I don't think she likes it as much as I do. You get so stressed
I don't
out.
know. My mom walks down every aisle when she goes to the grocery store.
You get so stressed out. You visibly just like start sweating. Start shaking.
You know who really likes grocery store?
Who?
Saitama.
Exactly.
I do not start sweating when we go.
If you like going to the grocery store, let me know.
No, you gotta start like your separate brand called Grocery Shopper 93. I gotta fix this this chat here. Got logged out of my own accounts. Can't believe it. Keep digging.
Okay.
So you start out at player level 0 now?
I'm 8.
How are you 8 already? Did you bake some potatoes?
I don't know. I went to go grab some potatoes and I just got to level 8.
Yeah, that's what happens. Potatoes are the shiznit when it comes to gaining EXP. It's like 4 times as much EXP as firing stone. And you don't even have to be the one to grow them or harvest them or put them in there. You just gotta take them out after they've been baked.
I put them in there after I harvested the potatoes earlier.
Yeah. So I can do all the fighting and the mining and enchant all this stuff. But you could do the same thing just by growing potatoes and baking them.
Exactly.
Is that RuneScape grind?
Mm-hmm.
Does it hit the same neural pathway as your chopping trees in RuneScape?
Yeah.
What just happened?
The dogs are whining.
They want you to feed them.
I don't have food.
There's rotten flesh in their chest. See if you can breed them again. I think there's a cooldown, like, I don't know how long the cooldown is.
And how do you feed them? Like with the right click?
Yeah. Just don't hold down right click, otherwise your character will eat the rotten flesh, and then she'll get poisoned. And that would be very not vegan.
Okay, I fed them.
Did they have hearts coming out?
Yes.
Oh, then that means they're ready to breed.
That's weird. I don't like that.
You gotta let them loose, otherwise they won't breed.
The parrots and the bats. Is that like the birds and the bees?
Yeah, you just bred the dogs. Nice work. Just don't let them roam around, because we might hit them and such. Yeah, I accidentally shot one of the dogs. Can you believe that?
That's horrible. I'm calling the cops on you because it's a federal crime now.
That's pretty messed up. So they can breed like faster than rabbits in this game. No joke. We just bred them.
I don't think the developers understand.
How mammillary procreation works.
Yes.
Thing is, it's not even costly to breed them. You just kill zombies, take their flesh, and then feed the dogs with the rotten flesh. That's all it takes. We should have brought some fences to put them in a pen, but for now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is bigger than our base, pretty much.
It's pretty big.
What are we gonna do? We're just gonna hoard animals in here?
It seems kind of like a hoardy situation now, which I'm not very comfortable with.
Why? Because it's underground and there's no natural light?
Yeah,
And
it
it's a hidden
seems
door?
inhumane.
You're just hoarding animals in an underground lair? Like a dungeon?
Mm-hmm. That's horrible.
What are we gonna do?
We can set up an Airbnb.
But we don't let anyone into our world.
That's true.
You're the one that signed off on the underground stable.
We'll figure it out. Well, anyways, we want them to have space. You know what I mean? They need plenty of space. You don't just want to give them a little... Hengist, why don't you make cooking videos with Pure Shield?
Pure Eh? Jeffy Fang, I think he's going by now. I don't think he uses Pure Shield anymore. Jeff and I have not been in touch for quite some time, Marco. That would be the easiest answer. But also, Jeff lives in Vancouver, Canada, BC, British Columbia. So we would kind of have to be together to make cooking videos, you know. Probably why we're not really friends anymore, too, because long distance and all that. There was a time when I was supposed to move to Canada, but I didn't want to do that, so it was kind of like, it's not really a point to us being friends if we're not going to be seeing each other. But also, Jeff and I kind of just grew apart, you know? It happens.
But you don't have any hard feelings towards him.
No, not really.
Why does he make cooking videos?
He's big on cooking, for sure. I don't know if he's been making food videos lately. Last time I checked up on him, he was doing like Portuguese content, because he started working with some Brazilian influencers for a while, and then developed a Portuguese following. Well, I say Portuguese, but what I mean is the language. They're mostly like 90% Brazilian. It's kind of weird, but whatever works out for him. So he was like making British or Brazilian cooking videos or tasting videos, taste test. A guy born in China who is Chinese, lives in Canada, and has a Brazilian following. Pretty interesting.
Manu says, hello, he is Brazilian.
Oh, hello, Manu.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Manu?
South America, man. Bet you it's nice and warm down there right now. Sunny in Brazil. I haven't gone suntanning in a long time. Probably, jeez, like September, early September. My God. Yeah. I've never been to Brazil. I know that they got a big population though, and they love games. And they're probably still being connected to the World Wide Web.
He says it's hot AF.
Yeah, I bet it's humid. Musty.
Do you like living there?
I'll tell you one thing. I know the whole world is responsible for the deforestation. But you guys gotta get that government of yours to stop burning that damn rainforest.
Well,
You know?
also there's like such extreme level of poverty there. Like there can be such a division between, you know, there's just huge income disparity.
That's everywhere these days.
Yeah.
In the United States, it's worse now than it ever has been. Can you believe that? Our wealth disparity is worse than any other time in our history right now. It's hard to believe. Oh, dang. What just happened? Not mean to do that.
Son of a bitch says we need solution to palm oil from Hengist.
Yeah.
That's hard. So many. Whoa.
What the? Creeper spawning.
Oh my goodness,
Did he
over
get you?
there. I don't even have a shield. He's over there in the corner.
Well-
Get him.
One of them just blew up, though. Why did he blow up there? You want a solution to palm oil? Oh man. I haven't studied it to the point where I'm ready to offer you a solution, like a long-term viable solution. But I can tell you we don't have to have palm oil. You know what I'm saying?
He's very proud of being Brazilian. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Brazil is a beautiful nation.
Yeah, dude.
But he says we are not in a good time. Not just you. A lot of countries are.
Yeah, I think that pretty much summarizes the humanity at this point in time. We're struggling, trying to discover what our next step is and whether or not we're on the right course. In fact, I think we've pretty much realized now that we're not on the right course and that we have to change. And then in order to change, you have to trust your leaders. But then our systems are so corrupt that we don't produce trustworthy leaders.
Yeah, I don't know how the government works in Brazil.
They have a democratic republic. They
I don't
recently
think
had
it's-
they recently had a socialist uprising, if I recall, and
I'm pretty sure he was kicked out of office.
he lost an election and then he was prosecuted and found guilty of a bunch of crimes. This whole damn administration was. And that's typically what happens in a pure socialist format is I don't want to get into that right now. But yeah, they're having some issues.
Son of a bitch says, palm oil still in everything. He doesn't want to buy palm oil, but it is in everything. Yeah, it is in so many products, surprisingly. In so many products it does not even need to be in.
Yeah, well, it's in everything because it's so useful.
And it is, for me, I also tend to find it hypocritical when so many vegan companies that preach, sustainability and all this and that, and then they have palm oil in their food product.
Oh, so the socialist president he didn't lose an election, he got impeached. Damn.
He's a
That's
flat
pretty
earther
serious.
too. He's racist and homophobic. Yeah, I heard about that, the last president, because Bernie Sanders and him have had many conversations, and I've seen some photos of their past president. He was working out at the gym and all of that. I have heard too that I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard that if you own land in Brazil, that you need to make space for cattle farming and that the government doesn't care.
Yeah, so
I don't know if it's true or not.
they produce most of the world's beef. Beef, they call it. Euphemism for cow flesh. And that's primarily why the Amazon is being burned down. Slash and burn agriculture, soybean farming. It's disgusting. Veganism, or a vegan trend towards plant-based diet, is really the solution for much of what ails Brazil. But as far as having these moronic leaders that really haven't got a clue, just so far detached from reality, I don't know why there's such an uprising. I think it's pretty much what I was saying earlier, that humanity's kind of realized that it's on the wrong course and that we need to make a correction. And so the diagnosis is, well, our current systems aren't working, our current governments and institutions aren't working, so we need outsiders to come in and change them. People that aren't part of the corrupt systems. And so we end up choosing people that are just super anti-establishment that get elected because they're saying, well, this government's dysfunctional, it's broken, and the leaders are stupid, and everyone's like, yeah. It's just an opportunity for idiots like Trump to take power. It's a messed up time, man. You gotta fix it. Gotta fix it. Which is why we can't get carried away playing Minecraft. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, there are 4 creepers in here. They're right by your dogs. Go over there. I don't have a shield.
Why is he telling us to watch out?
Because of the creepers or because we want to help your country out?
Oh, dude.
I feel like sometimes you just gotta help others, even if it comes at your own cost.
Yeah, dude. I'm not afraid of the consequences of being an activist or fighting for positive change. I don't really care what happens to me. So my sweet D is always talking to me about like having kids and all that. That's great, but there are more important things to do, frankly. We got enough people. Okay, we don't have a problem with that. I'm trying to get to my bow, but they're guarding the chest that he's in, that my bow is in.
He says that if we're interested to see what's happening in Brazil, we should watch The Edge of Democracy on Netflix. It is a Brazilian documentary. We'll definitely check it out this week, and we appreciate you correcting us on what's going on in your country, and it's enlightening for us to
Especially
be aware.
since Brazil is such a giant workforce and such a huge population, such a huge country, and the direct stewards of the rainforest.
Well, also there are so many indigenous groups in Brazil that need protection and that are fighting for their land.
Mm-hmm.
And the animals, like, I mean, people say yeah. I'm not a fan, but the Michael Brooks show covered in depth what's happening in Brazil, says Son of a Bitch.
Thing is, this kind of crap is happening everywhere right now. You know, part of it is that we're paying attention to all of it now because we have the technology and the infrastructure to receive the information from all around the world. And then the other part is like hysteria, you know, because our civilization is so unsustainable. It's like it's an emergency situation. And so every country is going through these adaptations, and in the U.S. we got our hands full.
Oh
frankly.
my gosh, I'm being shot at.
Pull yourself together, woman. It's
I
part
don't
of
even
playing
have
the
a
queen.
shield.
Why not? You're just starting to cry now.
Wait, I'm so confused. Is that one with armor over there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, did you see them all just spawn right there?
What is going on?
It's too dark. And I think maybe the dogs are
I covered myself up.
causing an increase. This guy's trying to take me to Juke City right now.
I barricaded myself.
It's under control.
Okay.
I have Bane of the Anthropods 4. Okay.
Why aren't these dogs doing anything?
Stand back. Because we told them to sit. That's why.
I'm just gonna light this place up.
As I was saying, we got our hands full here in the States and whatever country, you know, you live in. We all have to do our part, and we all have to understand that we can't keep going on this way, and change is required if we're going to survive. But that's kind of always been the case. The main difference is that we're looking at the planet's ability to harbor life now being compromised. We're observing that in real time, and so we're having to seriously question whether or not Earth can sustain another 2 or 3 human generations, you know what I'm saying? Like whether or not that's even feasible at this point. And unless we completely change the direction we're heading in, it's a, like having a kid right now is not a risk I'm willing to take. You know, 'cause
Interesting. So, Manu, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correct. He's saying that all the corruption that is going on in Brazil is between companies and politics, and one of the biggest companies accused by corruption is a meat company called JBS.
Yep.
It's because in the West, people want to continue to eat a heavy meat diet
That's why JBS is in business, yeah.
because of Westerners who just want to eat and eat and eat meat every single day, and they're not aware of the consequences
They think it's normal.
with their behavior.
They think that shit is normal. Even throughout human history, if you believe wholeheartedly that we're meant to be on an omnivorous diet and you want to have an omnivorous diet for yourself, it was never sustainable and it was never normal or acceptable to eat meat on a daily basis. Now we have people eating meat multiple times a day. They don't feel comfortable, like your sister, if they don't have meat with their meal and they eat like 3+ times a day. It's just madness. They're eating the planet, basically. You know what I mean? It's
He said, a son of a bitch also says, not just in the West, in China too. I've heard that in China, that they have these farms, like specifically for pigs, where they breed them to be just 400 pounds. Huge.
look at how many torches you put down.
I don't want them to come back.
It looks like Christmas in here. I think we can breed the dogs again. The puppies already grew up.
I'm gonna look up this meat company.
JBS?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I reckon these people are probably like mobsters. You know, they just organized crime, basically.
See? What did I tell you? JBS USA Holdings Inc. is an American food processing company. They are the largest processors of fresh beef and pork with they make more than 50 billion annual sales a year. I knew it.
Yeah, these are the sorts of people that if you go after them, they'll just sue you into the ground. I know how they operate. These scumbags.
Well, you've had
Which is why it's important to like take back the government first before
Are-
you deal with these corporations.
Are we allowed to talk about what happened to you when you received that letter
What letter?
from Weyerhaeuser? Oh, from whoever owns the.
Snoqualmie Mill Ventures? Yeah,
yeah.
It's not classified. I don't give a shit.
When you were speaking out against what was going on over there in the toxicity, and then they said if you don't stop talking about it, we're gonna sue you.
Well, that's not exactly what happened, but yeah, I mean, it's
They have more money than we do. Well,
that's the life of an activist or somebody that's trying to make change. Is if you make yourself a target for powerful corporations, they only understand money, and lawsuits are their go-to weapon.
this is so horrible. This company practices modern day slave labor, of course, illegal deforestation, animal welfare violations, and major hygiene breaches. They have bribed over 1,000 politicians, and they continue to grow despite scandal after scandal.
Yep.
They're saying that if you eat meat, you probably eat meat from this Brazilian company.
Yep. That's why I say it's not even worth your time trying to organize against them unless we have control of our government. So first we got to get the useless, corrupt, bribe-loving politicians out of office. That's the first order of business. And that is a lot easier said than done. Because the people, they're just asleep, dude. They're not gonna rebel. They're sleeping. So the first order of business is to wake them up.
This is horrible.
My plan is basically to be an activist and then eventually just use that as a springboard for a political career. The most important thing is that I don't become corrupt myself. But you know, one man who also wants to enjoy life while he has it can only do so much. But perhaps it's time I started getting more involved than I am. The key is that you gotta have thousands of people that do the same thing. You know what I mean? It can't just be a handful of people.
It needs to be a worldwide, event.
So even what we're doing right now, like, I was committed to no longer doing gaming content because I just thought, well, it's not a good use of time. It's not really helping anybody. But then we continued to play video games just for the hell of it and for fun, just to like stay sane, to like detach from reality every once in a while. And so I just decided, well, if we are gonna game, we may as well do content. If we're gonna do content, we may as well like weave it with activism. So that's why, Manu probably understands why we've chosen the vegan angle, because a company like JBS, a predominantly vegan population, is their worst nightmare. Like, that's what they stay awake at night thinking about. Is, well, what happens if people keep going vegan? It's like we can't continue to pillage the earth anymore. We can't profit off the suffering of animals and selling their flesh.
Well,
we'll lose control.
Not just that, but also at the result of the Brazilian population and the people who live there, and the workers, the deforestation, and the not proper hygiene. Like, imagine what's going on to their water systems. Like, they probably don't have access to fresh water.
Yeah, dude. If you produce the majority of the world's cattle, you've got the majority of the water contamination.
And why? So, I'm probably going to hurt some people's feelings by saying this. So, a white man or woman can just go to the grocery store and go pick it up like nothing and realize that their little steak doesn't come at the cost of another person?
I don't think it's so much a race issue as it is a affluence or an economic status. So as Son of Abyss was saying, it's not just Westerners. Historically, in modern history, Westerners like, Western Europe and the United States have had most of the world's wealth, but now, like, China is just as big of a problem, because the more wealth you have, the more powerful your economy is, the more affordable meat is. And so then the more people within that economy can afford meat. And when you have a workforce consisting of 2 billion people in a wealthy country, then your average Chinese citizen can afford to eat meat every day. There's your problem.
I don't remember who it was, like which doctor it is, but the doctor who conducted the China study. He's vegan.
Uh-huh. I can't remember his name, but I know his face.
Yeah, And
Mc-
it was about the introduction of pretty
Is it
much a West.
McDougal?
No, it's not McDougal, but about the Western diet being introduced to Eastern countries and the immediate effect it has on their health as well.
Yeah, dude. We're running out of time, Manu, to deal with the issues. So, at a certain point, you have to consider, like, is a peaceful revolution, like a non-violent one, really a viable option? I don't condone violence. I'm a pacifist myself for the most part. But do we really have time to sit around and wait for like a political revolution? To wait for the government's political system to correct itself? Or do we have to start overthrowing people? You know what I'm saying? It's difficult to know when to cross that line. And then when you do cross that line, like in this country, if I were to say we need to overthrow our government, I would easily be deemed like a domestic terrorist. And then all my rights go out the window. Like even now, with my smartphone sitting on my desk, if I say something like, oh, well, we need to overthrow the federal government, then automatically there's an AI that's like, oh, this guy's on a watch list now, you know? And so everything I say
Oh wow! Oh my gosh!
is subject to certain laws which are more powerful than my rights. Because it's all in the name of domestic terrorism and national security.
Wait, how do I stop this water?
You
the
plug
one.
the hole. Don't dig any higher up there. I already checked that.
But the thing here is where yeah, I know that it's worse there. I think we just need to continue to educate.
Is he talking about corruption?
No, like Brazil as a nation compared to the United States.
But worse in what way?
I am certain that it is.
More corrupt? Or like the air quality's worse? Like
No,
the economy's worse?
well, government corruption.
Maybe. Our capital is a rat's nest, dude. It's completely dysfunctional. Dangerous too, because we have the largest military the world has ever seen. The most powerful arms force. Exponentially more powerful than like the equivalents of Alexander the Great's Macedonian army.
He says that their prison system is the biggest in the world and the Brazilian police is the deadliest in the world. We are living in a war between drug dealers, corrupted politicians, and etc. Yeah, that's horrible. I don't know what that's like to live in that. Imagine you probably live in a state of fear every single day.
See, this is what happens when you live stream Sweet D. You interact with people from all over the world in real time. You get to have conversations with people in Brazil that are telling you how messed up it is.
I don't know what to do. I feel guilty. Son of a Bitch also responded to your China commentary and said, video games can change the world. Why do you think China's buying all the Western software companies?
Yeah, we're living in an information war. We have for quite some time, and most people don't realize it. And video games are obviously a prominent source of transferring information. Really what it is just influence over people's minds. And so popular culture, media, movies, video games, music, it's all totally entranced with propaganda and ideologies. You can't like watch a movie without being brainwashed in some way or subliminally affected by somebody's ideology that they're pushing. Video games are no different. China's the worst though when it comes to propaganda and like mind control, trying to mind control their population. Absolutely the worst.
I'm pretty sure TikTok is a Chinese app, which is also a horrible app. They literally have no restrictions. Like, you can go on there and see underage girls
Yeah.
doing like dances that should not be displayed to.
That's all intentional. It's
Yeah.
it's an effort to hypersexualize the upcoming generations
Yeah.
and further hypersexualize the current ones.
He says that Manu says that we are very cool and vegan, and that once we have a sub from him.
Thank you, Manu. Stick around. We'll help keep you sane. We'll be sane together.
Yeah. And we'll all work on it together.
I
You and
hope-
like,
I mean, I feel as though when we do activism online, vegan activism, like, that helps your situation in some way. I promise you, I'm not cool with the JBS situation. Those people are my arch enemies in this life, and I will do everything I can to stop them. But, you know, it requires thousands or millions of people. So, we also have to try to live our lives, you know? And you gotta do the same.
I mean, do you guys know funk? Like the genre of music?
I have a feeling he's talking about something different, but you know, we're familiar with funk music. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking
We like to get funky. We listen to 70s music, 70s dance music.
Son of a bitch says that he also has Muslim Facebook friends, old colleagues. He says, "Do you want to bet I'm on a watch list?"
Just because you have Muslim friends? I sure hope it's not that
Wait.
easy.
You live in the He lives in the UK, right?
Yeah, I think he does.
So Boris, what's his face? Is his
Nelson?
no?
Boris Nelson, right? The prime minister, is that his last name?
That's his prime minister, right?
Brazilian funk. Oh, you're talking about some kind of influencer? No, we don't.
We don't know. We haven't really spent much time on TikTok. We basically downloaded the app
I didn't
because
even
we-
make an account.
because we wanted to see what it was because it was super popular, and so we were like, okay, let's just see what it is. And then we just saw all these underage children, they're children, dancing.
Definitely minors.
Minors doing very sexual dances, and it made us very uncomfortable, so we just deleted that app right away. There's just so many problems within that app. And I've also heard of people speaking out against the concentration camps that are currently occurring in China, and that the Chinese government has censored them and deleted those accounts.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
No doubt. They have no shame about doing that stuff.
Boris Johnson, yeah. You
That guy's such a derp. My God.
or UK Trump.
Yep. We all got a bunch of fascist leaders in our countries right now. Fascism on the rise worldwide. One thing that I find helps to keep me sane is to think about that. Well, humans have probably always been this messed up. You know, it's just our technology now that we're much more aware of it. We're watching it all the time, worldwide, in real time, just seeing it happen, unfold every day. Whereas that's what's actually changed. You know what I mean? But the madness has always been there. Yeah, there's definitely an ongoing effort, it seems, to sexualize the youth, which is, you know, a difficult conversation to have, but obviously you got people running around saying that pedophilia is a sexual orientation. You know,
That's disgusting.
there are people trying to normalize pedophilia, and so when you consider that these freaks, these wretched people, are also the sorts of psychopaths that seek power, political power. You consider that our institutions are probably and are almost assuredly infested with people like that actually have a lot of power and make influential decisions. Then you begin to realize rather quickly why it seems our society is okay with sexualizing children. And TikTok is something that you just load that app up and you'll see red flags flying everywhere. That's messed up. Gotta stop it.
Protect our youth. Manu says it's a Brazilian music genre called funk, pronounced funky, and has some big sexual lines and context because it is a genre from the favelas and hoods. And most of the funk artists are kids, like 12 to 15 years old. And then Son of Abyss says that he's on that list because they post shit you wouldn't believe, and sure as hell you will never see on mainstream news.
What do you mean, like they're victims of violence? I tell you. It's religious persecution. When does it end? These crusades, they're still going on, man. The Christians are still fighting the Muslims. Thousands of years later, they're still warring with each other over this stuff. Now the Jews are involved, everybody's involved. Crusades. Just like those chimpanzee families warring with each other. That's what we are. We just have sophisticated weapons. And machines. Chimps. Apes. Apes are our cousins. Yeah, I'm getting a little tired of hauling this thing out. We're almost done though. Definitely gotta finish it. I want some natural light. Nope.
Manu says they sing about sex, drugs, etc., but that's another controversial thing. Many people say they have to die and study instead of seeing that, but they don't have a choice, you know. Sometimes, you know, when you grow up in that type of neighborhood, in that type of situation, it's like that's all you know. And sometimes you can't leave that situation, so you sing about your lifestyle you live in or have lived in to kind of put a band-aid over what you're experiencing, or you want to share your pain.
You don't actually think that those kids are the ones writing the songs, though, or making the music videos.
Well, maybe some of these, there are kids out there, you know, posted onto YouTube or something like that, like not who are singing it themselves, you know. There is a lot of human trafficking that goes on.
I'm saying the children are just the actors. They're not the masterminds behind that music genre or the music videos or whatever motives there are behind the industry. They're more so the victims. They are the victims.
Well, they're the victims of a failed system.
You can't really hold a 12-year-old accountable for their irresponsible decision making, dude. Like, the child isn't even awake. They're just victims of brainwash and victims of control. They're being manipulated into doing that stuff. 12 years, you say 12 to 15 years old, those are the stars. They're not even awake. They're not even conscious at that age. They don't know what they're doing.
And then Son of Abyss says he's on that. Because they post about what's happening in the Middle East and India.
Yes.
He says better sticks and stones.
Well, we're just full of cheerful conversation today. Whoops. Thing is, people don't want to hear about that stuff, you know? Like, if you want to talk to your friends and family about the atrocities the genocides basically taking place against social groups, you know, 2019 it might be Muslims, and 2022 it'll be somebody else. They don't want to hear about it, dude. They just want to... What's that music?
He linked it, Manu.
Oh. Mick Tetu, 12 years old.
Oh my gosh, I can't watch anymore. It's so disturbing.
Is it worse than TikTok? Can't be worse than TikTok. So the 12-year-old boy?
Mm-hmm.
Fail.
You know you can make a jukebox?
Yeah.
I was gonna make one.
Even just trying to explain the impacts of, you know, daily meat consumption to a general audience, like running a Facebook ad about it, which I've experimented with, people don't want to hear it. They just want to remain totally ignorant of the situation and not do anything about it. And the same thing applies to all the issues we've been discussing. So where I'm at a loss is, how do you get people to care when the world is so messed up? They got their own, like, they're just thinking about paying rent, you know? It's almost as if these terrible things have to happen to them before they start to care.
Son of Abyss asks, what's your plan for human civilization?
Me? Well,
For people to start giving a damn?
I'm not fully matured, Son of Abyss. So I don't have it all figured out. And I can tell you that one of the things that I'm struggling with, I wrestle with on a very regular basis, is whether or not it even makes sense for human civilization to go on.
Manu says a vegan communist system, period.
Yeah, dude.
The right type of vegan, because I've met some vegans who could care less about human welfare.
If you think about it, pretty much everything that's wrong with the Earth right now is our fault.
That's
And
just because we don't even have love and empathy for each other.
If we were gone, the Earth would be, it would be how we describe heaven. It already is that way normally. You know, if you go out and meditate in the forest on a nice day, what is the difference between that and every traditional description of heaven or the afterlife? And there's no significant difference. The difference is your mortality, but the environment, the space that you're in, may as well be the same. The humans are the only thing on Earth that really are counter to the way things are, counter to the Tao or to nature, the underlying ground to the universe, whatever you want to call it. So, if we survive and we continue living on Earth, worse, maybe we go colonize other planets. Wouldn't we just continue doing what we're doing, or say we move to Mars, like some very ambitious people want to do, and wouldn't we just do the same thing to Mars, or the
That's
Moon,
what I
or
always tell you.
Jupiter?
I don't think there's no such thing as like Planet B. We shouldn't. Can't even take care of this own planet.
Yeah. So if our plan is like, okay, Earth is a risky investment because we may not survive here, and if we don't, then humanity will be lost unless we have a colony on another world, right? But if that's the case, if we can't even survive here, like, we're the only animals on Earth that are actively destroying the planet. We're the only ones that are destroying our own home. We're the only creatures that are insane enough to do that. So if we can't even figure out how to live sustainably on the world we were born on, why should we expect to survive on a different world? And why would we even want ourselves to infest a different world? Wouldn't we just destroy that one too? So, I am not convinced at this point in my life that we should even continue. And if we do learn how to live sustainably and have a sustainable civilization, which would require us to abandon our hatred and our malice towards each other and other animals and the planet itself, I don't think we would even be humans anymore. We'd be something else. So, you asked me what my plan is for human civilization. I think that it needs to evolve to the next stage as soon as possible. And what that means, who can say? It's not for us to say, really. It's whatever gave birth to us. That's what determines where we go from here. It's freaking phantoms. Nobody cares. No one cares, phantoms. I have your shield, by the way. I forgot to put it in there. That's why you think humans are not from around here? Yeah, I'm sure it's a very common belief. I know I've had that idea in my head since I was young, but it seems when you observe nature and all other life on Earth, the probability that we came from elsewhere is more likely than the probability that we arose from planet Earth alone.
Where did we come from?
We tell the stories of aliens and like the dystopian futures of what happens when aliens venture here, or would they be hostile, would they be friendly, what are their motives? And the reality is, to every other animal on Earth, we are the aliens. Like, look at the things we do. An airplane? How does a deer explain that? You know what I'm saying? What is going through their head when they see that?
Or just imagine
A zoo?
we live in an area where there's many elk. just earlier this past week, some crazy lunatic came over here with this bow and just started, what would you say, how would you say it properly? Just started hunting them with this bow and arrow.
He shot
He shot them with his
2
bows.
cows.
3 of them. 3 cow elk. I think that's what they call
Cow
it.
is just a female term.
Yeah.
We used to describe an
And he
elk.
just left them there and just walked away.
Yeah, it's a psychopath. That is a psychopath, and it's illegal to hunt here. No other animal in the kingdom does that. Nobody. So, like, what's the worst type of alien you could imagine? It would be one that comes here and like predates on our children, right? Their favorite food is human children, and they like lock everybody up in prisons, and then they just harvest the children and eat them, right? That's the worst type of being you could envision. But that's exactly what we do to the animals on this planet. That's exactly what we do to them.
Not just to well, we also do that to our own kind.
Well, we don't really condone cannibalism as a society. But
I know, but what I'm saying is that we enslave others.
nobody's cool with that. Nobody's cool with enslaving human children anymore.
What are you talking about?
Like, that's not something we tolerate in our society. But we do totally tolerate the subjugation, enslavement of another species and eating their children. Like, that's totally cool in our book, in society right now. So what is, like, we are that horrible alien that came from somewhere and started conquering the planet. We already have conquered the planet, and we just like farm other species that are quote unquote less evolved than us. So why would I want that civilization to continue? You know what I'm saying? What? I would have to be insane to want that to go on. Which is why the only option is for us to cease to be that and become something else.
Son of a bitch says he believes you're more interested in our garden magic.
Exactly. But you see, that's not our magic, though. I don't want to get too philosophical on you, but that's nature. We didn't invent gardening. You know what I mean? What we did is we learned how plants live, and then we developed methodologies to help them exist in a mutually beneficial way. But it's not like we invented the plants. We didn't invent the water. We didn't invent the soil. Those were all here. That's the magic.
Do you believe
Real
in
magic. I'll tell you one thing that human beings have created that is truly magic. It's called music. And it's the only thing that I can see that would be universally appealing to every other life form in the universe, and it'll probably be the only thing of true meaning that we leave behind, because it's all floating out there in the cosmos, endlessly traveling.
Okay, everyone share your favorite song. Let's have a livelier, happier conversation.
My favorite song of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Or a song you're enjoying at the moment.
You can never answer that question on the spot. Like, what's your favorite song? Or I have to say the music I consistently come back to as being just something that is awe-inspiring. It would have to be Mozart.
Of course.
I can't really explain with words why it's so different, why his music was so different, is so different. But Bach is, he also captures a lot of the same magic, if you will.
I'll link mine. This is my #1 most played song this year.
Oh, the French one?
Yeah.
Sonate Pacifique.
If I listen to it, will they hear it too?
Kind of. Not really, though. Probably won't trigger a copyright strike. But I'm probably not going to publish this archive anyway, so it doesn't matter. Birds sing. Yeah, but they don't have music, though. We're talking the science of music.
When you say that, the birds sing, I just thought of Shrek. Shrek 1 or is it Shrek 2 where Fiona's singing to them?
Yeah.
To the bird and she's like, oh. I can't do it right now. You can do it well.
Doesn't matter.
9 Inch Nails, we're in this together.
Pretty legit. Okay, so this is like the most bland construction I've ever seen so far.
Bland.
I like the door and I like the location, but there's so much work that needs to be done in here to make it interesting. What do you think?
It's definitely bland.
Yeah. That's an understatement. You also stopped helping me. How's your pickaxe doing?
It's good still. We're all in this.
And that's when the bird comes in. I don't know how my mic is going to handle that, so I'll stop.
It's a den. Says son of a bitch. Oof.
Yeah. But I don't really want to put my animals in such a depressing place, so we got a lot to sort out in
Can we
here.
build them a little windows?
Yeah, we're going to have to, but it still has to be invisible, you know? Redstone University. At least we can move the horses down here now. I'll go get them. I think I favor a lever instead of the button. The button doesn't keep the door open long enough for these horses. How dare you? Hey, good night, Manu. Thank you, and stay safe out there, man. Keep your head up. You know, it's good times are ahead, bro. So where I put those leads. Can't find them.
Everybody clap your hands.
We don't have leads in this space.
No, I think we have one.
These things are bugged out.
Just bring a horse
Oh,
one.
there's two here.
One by one.
I'm gonna be like the llama guy.
Huh? Ah.
Just gotta find the donkey.
Burrito?
G-Man, kill you. 666 says, how do you get the shaders?
Download Optifine.
On Mixer. Hey man, you're the first Mixer viewer to interact with us today. Thanks for stopping by. You got to
Sorry.
take it easy there, sweet dude. First you got to install Optifine, which is a mod. And then you've got to make a shaders folder in your Minecraft roaming windows. It's complicated, dude. There's plenty of tutorials you can find. You can figure it out. I believe in you.
But Optifine, but
You got to be on a PC. I'm assuming you're playing the Java edition, because if you're not on a PC, I don't think there's currently any way for you to get the shaders.
you can tell them what shaders you're using. And
Is
the
it
texture pack.
BSL or GSL?
I think we're using BSL shaders.
Yeah, we're using the BSL shaders and the Realistico texture pack right now.
Realistico.
Ah!
Stop.
Ah! Oh God. See, this is why we built the stable.
What happened?
It's just I can't get these dang horses out of here properly. I'm gonna have to do it one by one.
Wait, you are the streamer of equality, justice for all. I don't know.
Who said that?
Me.
I'm a streamer of equality and justice for all. That's what she says.
Yeah.
Pretty legit title.
Peanuts Gaming says, good morning.
Good morning. Where do you live, man? We're about ready to go to sleep. But good morning to you, sir. Thank you for saying hello. Oh, I ran out of water a long time ago, sweetie. Ah, Germany, one of the few sane countries on Earth right now. Good for you.
I heard that Berlin is like the #1 vegan city in the world.
Says who? What about Israel?
No. I heard that
Israel's not
Berlin
a city,
is like
but-
the #1. They're just bomb. If anybody wants to do a vegan snack exchange, let me know.
That's actually a really good video idea. Do people do that?
I don't know, but I'd love to do a vegan snack exchange. I will pay for postage.
Well, shipping to Germany, like a
Yeah,
decent sized package, that's gonna be steep.
but maybe your auntie can get us a deal. I would love
The
to
USPS?
Yeah.
I don't know if they ship to Germany.
I would love to do an international vegan snack exchange.
Sounds like a business idea.
Somebody please. Please. You don't understand, I love snacks. Sound like a child.
That makes such a cool sound when I open that door. It's epic.
Nobody wants to do the vegan snack exchange.
Oh, do you want to breed do you want to make a mule now?
Let's do it.
Okay. I brought golden apples with me. I just can't remember where I put them.
In a chest somewhere. Wait, you need to give them golden apples?
Yeah, I think just one though.
They like gold. This is a huge living space for them.
No kidding.
They deserve it though.
Well, maybe Blanca and Burrito do. Not so sure about Ion.
Why?
He's too disobedient.
That's horses for you.
So I think we'll make Burrito and Ion breed.
Diamond Celestine. Hello.
Diamond Celestine on Twitch. Hello there. Ouch. Ow. Thanks for stopping by the live stream. Oh, we're making some stables. Hello, vegan. How are you today? Oh, you know, just preaching the word of God.
Don't say that.
Nah, we're good. Just chilling, playing some MC. Got a headache from eating too many donuts.
If you like
We're having
donuts,
some rather depressing conversations earlier about how messed up humanity is. But we're keeping it trill, man.
I think that's a girl. Hello, vegan. I'm just going to say that to you from now on whenever I see you. I see you every single day.
Indeed.
Do you want me to carve out this whole section or no? I don't feel like it needs to.
You don't want it?
This area here, this wall.
We certainly don't need any more space.
Okay, I will not. Sorry, excuse me for the
You want to
yawn.
leave it like this?
No, I'm gonna fix it up. I'm gonna patch it up.
Well, don't use cobblestone.
Okay, then what do you want to use?
Well, I think the interior of this room should really be a lot more homey than it is. Which means we should probably line it with wood.
You can do that.
Yeah.
And the creepers won't blow it up.
The wood?
Yeah.
They'll blow up anything if they spawn in here.
Even obsidian?
No.
Wow.
No, we can't do that. So what if we did like a wooden floor?
Help me with the water.
Fail.
I think this area is just cursed.
No, there's just a pond up here.
Get rid of it.
No way. I like this pond. It's about to get wet down there.
How do we stop it?
I will stop it.
Huh?
This skeleton has got another thing coming.
Is there a skeleton in here?
He's in the pond above.
Oh,
And now he's dead. Doink.
Dead or
Not bad.
alive.
Oh yeah. Forgot, I have the world's best bow right here.
There's coal there. Did you not notice?
I noticed. I just didn't think it was high enough priority to actually harvest it right now.
You should always harvest it.
So I think we should add some pressure plates here.
What about our horses?
What about them? You think they'll get out?
They may. Oh my goodness. Hello, vegan.
We'll leave it for now. I don't think they're gonna open it.
Vegan snack exchange. What are my favorite type of snacks? Chocolates.
Are you gonna bake that loaf of bread tonight?
I'm not baking it tonight. I'm baking it tomorrow morning.
Damn. You're trying to go for extra sour, aren't you?
Yeah. Should we show it?
No, they don't need to see. Oh
I
yeah, I'm gonna breed these horses now. Are you ready?
Yeah, we know how to make vegan cinnamon rolls by scratch.
I'm gonna make a mule.
I sound special saying that, like I know how to.
Here we go. Here we go.
Let me see.
You're getting it on. There's the mule.
Wow, procreation.
Now, if you feed the mule hay, he'll grow up really fast.
Where is the mule? Oh, it's right there. Baby. Baby. Hello. Hello. Burrito. Burrito.
Burrito is now a mother.
She's a mother of one. She's house mother.
I wonder how long it will take it to grow up. So is this like enchilada now?
Stop. It's taquito.
She's he or she is sterile. She cannot reproduce.
Pine Nuts Gaming gave us a little heart.
It's the first time I've seen a mule in this game. You know we're gonna make him carry our stuff.
That's sad. No. Enchilada or taquito. Which one's cuter?
I like enchilada. Can be enchi for short.
Enchilada. Do you like enchiladas?
You're alright.
You like tacos and burritos, right?
Yes. I would give priority to the tacos.
If you can get Hungarian sweet paprika, you can put that instead of cinnamon. That's what my mom used to make us when I was a child. So is Hungarian sweet paprika similar in taste to... I mean, obviously it's not similar in taste to cinnamon, but I wonder what it tastes like. I want to try to find it. Order it online. So he's Eastern European.
He's Hungarian.
Aren't they Eastern European?
Yes. I think they're kind of... I actually don't know where Hungary is. I'm gonna have to look it up now.
Can you let us know the Hungarian name of this dessert too? I want to look it up.
Pretty big country. Capital city of Budapest.
Oh, that's where Budapest is.
I was gonna say it's like Central Europe. And I would have been right, but I just didn't want to sound dumber than I already did. I don't know if they consider that Eastern Europe or not. Probably do. It's kind of like how everything in the center of the United States is called the Midwest. Everything east of Germany is Eastern Europe. Is there a Central Europe? Is there such a thing as East and West? Well, if there is such a thing as Central Europe, then I think Hungary would definitely be in Central Europe. See, I was right. I should have said it. Well, Sweet D, we got a lot of birch trees to cut down. And my headache hasn't gone away, so I'm fitting to wrap this stream up.
Wow, we failed on the next level Minecraft stable construction.
Well, it's just part 1. This is a next level stable. It's just the very early stages.
You know what though? At least we had an in-depth educational talk.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what? I have to. People think that I'm freaking Eastern European all the time.
I know.
It's my last name.
We got a lot of dogs.
I wish I had a
Should we
dog.
force the mule to grow up?
Yeah, let's see it.
Well, I gotta go get the hay. Alright, I'll get the hay really quick. And then I'll go to sleep. Or just lay down until I fall asleep.
Paprikas.
Because we're streaming late on a Monday night, I think only the Europeans are showing up on the streaming platforms. Ew, 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 ew. Not everyone is as fortunate as we are to have like a week off from work and all that.
Yep. Well, I've had 2 weeks off. Well,
Yeah,
this past week and now this one.
You're spoiled.
Yes. And to my nanny kiddos that watch our stream, thanks for supporting. I know you want that merch. It ain't gonna happen yet.
Alright. Where's the hay? I know I have a stack somewhere. Oh, here it is. It's not quite a stack, but it'll do. Oh, I have a saddle somewhere too. I think I put it. Oh, here it is. Okay, and then a chest too. Do you have any chests? Yeah. Let's see if he can actually carry this thing. Enchilada is going to learn today about transporting our inventory.
We need to make this dessert. I don't know how to pronounce it. And I will not butcher it. What would you say is a popular Mexican dessert?
Conchas.
Conchas? Yeah, they're so good. You think they're overrated, I think.
They are.
They're delish. But another really popular dessert is arroz con leche.
Wow, he grew up instantly.
Let me see. She cute or whatever.
I think I have to tame it. Yeah. I have to break the mule.
I subbed. Thank you, Riley Adams. Really.
Oh, he's just been ghosting in our chat?
Yeah.
Did you find us on YTG, Riley? I'm just browsing. How long has he been there listening to us talk about everything?
Tres leches. I have never made tres leches.
Alright,
My mom has. Not veganized yet. I should try.
how do I give him the chest?
I don't know. YouTube it. What's another popular Mexican dessert?
I got it. Oh, he's got his own inventory. Look how cool he is.
Let me see. I don't like the way it's like.
He's got satchels.
It looks like a. What? He's a pack mule.
Dude,
What's that,
this
baby?
is my mount. And he's got genetics. He's got health.
And
And he's
he's.
got
You
speed.
sound like a geneticist. This is gross.
Dude. That is so cool. Look at that.
You're ready to travel.
Dude, we need another one so that we can go find that jungle biome.
Well, it should be like right next to our hood here.
No?
Yeah.
Did you see how epic it was when I just ran out of the mountain though? Like Batman when he leaves his Batcave in his Batmobile?
You wish you were that cool.
Alright, check this out. So say somebody, I just got the distress call, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, help,
Help.
help, vegans, we need help. I'm like, fear not. And then I just run out of my mountain. Did you see that?
That's enchilada?
My god. Hold on, just
No, it's named me salsa
try that
verde.
again, like this. Fear not! Okay, well, to be aligned properly, I can't really see what's going on. Fear not!
You're so... whatever.
Nerdy?
Yeah.
Alright, let's see if he gets encumbered when I fill his inventory with,
The
with
quest.
stone.
That can be our next stream, the quest for the jungle biome. This is an okay stable for them. I mean, it's pretty
It's the early stages.
You know what? This is rustic. If people are going to hate on us for this, well, you know what? At least we don't have them enslaved in this little pen.
Yeah, that's right.
So you know what? Don't hate.
I've seen people, they keep their horses in like a 4x2 space in just a fence.
Alright,
Okay, I
alright.
really like this meal.
Our animals are living in harmony with one another. We have dogs. We have horses.
Okay, before we log though, we have to ensure that every block that you can stand on is light level 8 or higher. Otherwise, there could be disaster striking in here.
Just light this place up.
So press F3,
Okay.
and then there's a line called Client Light
Where?
on the left.
Server light.
No,
9
it's-
block.
No, it's above Server Light, Client Light.
Oh, 11, 12.
Yeah, just make sure that there's no block that's 7 or below.
7 or below?
Yeah. Because monsters spawn at 7 or below.
Alondri says, what's our plan for New Year's Eve?
You need a
Nothing.
roast.
Oh, I need to defrost that. We're pretty lame. We need one over here. We don't really do much.
We're not lame. We had our days of
Not really.
renting
Okay, don't say that.
hotel rooms,
And just watching like a Space Needle
fireworks
fireworks
and
show.
such. But we have our own place now, and we're homebodies.
Yeah.
And we, like, the more woke we become, the
Don't
less
say
we like to go out into the public and stand around in crowds and such.
What are your guys' plan for New Year's Eve? I like New Year's Eve. Honestly, I just like to stay at home and eat food and watch TV. That sounds horrible. Ugh.
I found 2 spots
Can you give me some?
where there could have been a creeper spawning.
I'm just gonna light this place up like you've never seen it before.
Alandry says we should stream on New Year's Eve.
Where'd you see that?
And maybe we'll explore that Japanese temple that Sweet D found online that I was really intrigued by. You know?
New year, new me.
How do you make a lever? Do you know how to make a lever?
I have no idea. Oh, he wants to see more gardening content. Did he hear about your?
Oh yeah, I don't think I told you, dude. Since you saw my last gardening videos, I built 2 giant planters. Like almost a year ago now. They're much bigger than the large ones I built in the videos you have seen. And I did a hugel culture in there. I buried 2 full-size trees inside them. So when I do update the garden videos, it's gonna be epic. I went all out, dude. I filmed the hugel culture too, and I filmed the construction of the 2 giant planters.
We also have a filming of the carrot harvest.
I could probably show you. Yeah, I could show you before we log what they look like. Since you're like the only person that expresses to me that they want to see more garden
And Son of
videos.
Abyss does too. He has such a dark name.
Look at this. Look at this. Wow, that skeleton
I hate
is a complete dumbass for shooting me like that when I have like 12 dogs that are my personal bodyguards.
Why does your chat keep logging out?
I don't know. Look, they just dismantled him.
Get 'em, boys.
Okay, back in the den. Back in the den now.
Oh my gosh.
It's alright. He's a nobody. So the one downside is to the mule that he can't wear armor.
Don't hate.
So he's not as durable in combat.
Pack Alpha.
Yeah, that was the dopest thing I've seen in MC in a long time. What just happened right there?
What happened?
Alright, I'm gonna show a Landry's a garden update really quick. And then I'm gonna log.
Wait, but make sure my face doesn't come out. Just make sure.
You're looking at a different PC than you normally look at. Alright, let me just make sure you don't see anything embarrassing. The hugel culture. Oh, but it's going kind of fast there. Alright, so this was... Jeez. When did I start filling this thing up?
February? No.
It was like late winter maybe. Like in preparation for planting season. So this...
No,
this
it wasn't March. April-ish.
doesn't matter. So this planter is like probably 3 times as large as the big ones that you are familiar with. And then the chunks of wood I'm throwing in here, those are full. This was a birch tree. And then there was an elderberry tree that fell over of natural causes next door, and I took that one too. So the light logs are a birch tree. And then the dark ones are the elderberry. There's Figgy. And I just took the branches, you know, the sticks and all that. And then this is how you do a proper hugel culture. Son of Abyss, the Germans invented hugel culture. That's why it sounds so German.
No,
It's pretty
the
ingenious.
Peanuts lives in Germany. Peanuts or Peanuts.
Oh, Peanuts Gaming. So I may have put some live weeds in here, and they're a little too close to the surface, so I kind of screwed that up. Learning, you know.
This was the first one.
So when you pack it down, oh dang.
Do you have any of the harvesting, the carrot harvesting?
Take it easy.
Okay.
Oh, that's upside down. Here, maybe I'll just show you in the editor.
Oh my gosh.
What?
It's like, I don't want to see myself, and then I freaking go in front of the camera. Ugh.
That was a lot of work what you just watched right there, by the way. Okay, so you just saw this part. See, I haven't even edited this stuff. And then this is a different planter. same size, other side of the garden. Those are logs and then sticks and then that's a lot of work what you're looking at right there. And I didn't actually film putting all the dirt on because I was just like fed up with it at that point. Let's see if I can show you what they look like from the sky.
Maybe you should give some context behind this whole thing and about what happened in February. That crazy weather we got.
I don't even know if I remember. Oh yeah, the snowstorm. So this is a garden
Ladies
tour.
and gentlemen, welcome back to the garden.
You should
This
be able
is
to
the
hear this
original
actually.
Downtown agriculture garden.
This
We
didn't
call
never
it
get
that
published.
because this is in a downtown setting. It's a small city, population of about 14,000. And we wanted to do a little science experiment and see how much food we could grow in a little side lawn here downtown. Agricultura en la ciudad. So, in the winter of 2018, I built a pretty sizable mason vegetable garden. And this year in 2019, we expanded upon that design with two very large.
This is Sweet D learning how to film with a gimbal, by the way. Not bad, not bad.
I have
planters,
horrible
much
upper
larger
body
than the
strength,
largest ones I
FYI.
built last year. And we also experimented with a different soil format. It's called the hugelkultur. It's a German idea, and it consists of piling a bunch of dirt on top of fresh cut or decomposing wood, which decomposes over the course of several years and adds loads of vital plant nutrients to your soil. In the case
Man, you're loud over there. What happened to the audio? What the F happened to the audio? Maybe I misplaced some of the... Nope, it just straight up cut out. That's weird. See if I can bring it back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Just a bug.
Welcome back. All right, so let's do a quick little.
So this is a tour that we never published. Oh,
And
the peonies
lot
are
of-
in full bloom, so that must have been
throughout
like
that
April.
time period, it's a
This was a
pretty
spring
ingenious
garden tour.
design. So both of these really big planters have the hugelkultur within them, and you can see how many sticks I put in there. Sticks, tree branches, logs, etc., foliage. So the soil is rich now, but it'll be much richer later. So I wanted to do a quick little garden tour. I'm a little bit disappointed that we haven't been doing more garden footage, more garden videos on the Proto Vegan channel lately. But you know, we've been very busy and trying out a bunch of different video types. So this is a quick and easy one that we can do just to show you guys what our spring garden looks like in the year 2019. It's been a pretty hot year so far, as you might expect. And a lot of the cool weather crops that we planted had to adjust to that. So we've had some interesting results. So let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to show you is this, the most beautiful peony my eyes have ever beheld. It's probably older than I am. So this is a tuber plant. It lives underground. And then it springs up in late May or so here in Washington State. And this guy is called the Sarah Bernhardt peony. It's one of the more popular colorations, pink and white. Very feminine. And it's in full bloom right now. Just look at it. All right, so let's do a quick little overview of what we've got.
So this is when I first started learning how to do drip irrigation, which is not really accurate to call it drip. It's micro tubing. So I had all the hoses going over the planters and I have since buried them, and it's properly irrigated. You can't tell there's hoses anywhere.
This planter closest to us is one of the very large ones I built this year with the hugel in it. And I'm allowing my neighbor to use that one. She lives right there. And so she's planted some native things that haven't quite taken root.
So that's a tenant that I'm leasing to, and I built this planter right in front of her house, and she told me that she really liked gardening, so I let her use that one.
There's some strawberries in there, a lavender, and some other plants I don't know the name of. Calendula. I apologize if you can hear some lawn mowing going on in the background. I mentioned this is a downtown garden. There's that guy over there who's just been making loads of noise. I'm tired of putting off this video. And the lighting is pretty sweet right now. It's a little cloudy. We're getting some
That is some
diffused
sweet light right there, man.
solar rays. It looks
Why
pretty
didn't I
good
post this
here.
video?
So this is all
May as well just
vegetables
post it anyway.
You got
that,
depressed.
my girlfriend and I
Why?
cultivated.
I don't know.
Coming up here on the acid planter.
So tomatillos right there.
Pretty much
Wow,
the
this is
size of
making
the
me
garden. I am growing
Really want a
elsewhere.
garden.
We also got some pots over here. And then this is what I
Oh, it's the
affectionately
Odyssey.
call my knoll. It's a-
R.I.P.
That's our old minivan that it
But-
met its fate in Seattle. It died. The radiator blew out. It wasn't worth it to fix. And then this house back here, gorgeous house, was removed since then. Because it's too close to the river.
It's a man-made hill on which I am planting.
These sunflowers did grow into mammoths, so they really blew up. They were bigger than last year.
Some sunflowers right now. Right behind that new fence I just constructed. Pretty sweet. So we'll start the tour with the knoll. I already mentioned there's sunflowers in here. There's a variety of them. Some of you may recall from our videos last year in 2018. Some very tall sunflowers. I think the tallest one was just about 14 meters, which is, sky high. It's growing out of a 3.5-foot planter. So, the whole neighborhood was looking at them and just bewildered by them. I've got some of the seed from those in here. And as you can probably tell, I recently set up a drip irrigation as well. So these guys are enjoying that. I still have to do fine touches on the drip. Some of them are being neglected a little bit. I can hand watering there. I'm very proud of the drip that we've set up so far. All right, and then we'll show you some of our pots here. This is probably our most impressive plant this year.
Oh, this is obviously
As you can
obviously-
see, it's really impressive growth there. No, I'm kidding. It's cucumbers from last year, cucumbas. We're waiting for them to sprout. They prefer about 70 degrees Fahrenheit soil temperature, and we've just started getting that now. So we're waiting for it to germinate. We might have to resow them. Next to that is our wonderful zucchini plant. This is the Costata Romanesco zucchini. Sounds very Italian. It's had some pretty impressive growth. I don't know why this gimbal keeps doing that. It's pretty frustrating. And then next to that, we've got a canvas pot here. This is actually specifically a potato bag. They call it that because it's got a little pouch under there that you can undo its Velcro and grab your potatoes out of the bottom without disturbing the vines on top. So it's meant that you can get more harvest that way. And these are 3 different species of sweet potato, 3 different varieties. And they're indigenous to the tropics, so they're not doing very well right now in early June. But as it heats up out here, they're gonna start growing and probably have vines all over the ground here, getting out of control. This guy was unfortunately the victim of an aphid infestation. And this is our Christmas tree. It's a spruce. And he's making a nice recovery right now. Just fed him. I've been giving him some TLC. He survived the aphid attack, but it's going to be a while before he recovers. Okay, next I wanted to show you some of our seedlings that we started a couple months back. Well, maybe a month or so. These are eggplants, and they're going to be replacing some of our kale that is currently in bloom. So we've got 3 of these guys, and they get pretty big, so we're going to be careful of our spacing. Our largest planter, one of 2. And it is just full of acid-loving plants. There's a row of heirloom tomatoes there, which I'm currently featuring. Then we've got 3 rows of peppers.
Those failed. Well, they didn't
Lots
fail,
of
but
different variety of peppers in there. And as you can see, they're quite a bit smaller. That's because the summer heat has not hit yet. It's not currently summer. But we've got these in the ground
that out.
already.
Can you just cut
in
my mic off?
anticipation of summer. And soon they'll be, I imagine, skyrocketing in height. And then we've got a row of tomatillos here, which are many generations native to Washington State. Got these from a relative who has been growing
Sweet D's uncle.
tomatillos for some time. And these guys are already well rooted and they're underway. They love heat,
Those
direct
were
sun,
explosive.
acid soil. And the honeybees have been enjoying these, but we're gonna have to start pruning them soon. You can see that. I'm not sure if he's coming out on camera there, but there's a bumblebee currently having a good time. Now, for the watering here, I've decided to go with soaker hoses. And these go on a timer, and they run for 10 minutes once in the morning, and then 12 hours later for another 10 minutes. And the reason we use soaker hoses here is because you don't want water getting on directly your peppers, tomatoes, or tomatillos, because that will cause them to burst. Definitely do not want them to get overexposed to water. So this is an effective way of just watering
Those tomatoes
the
blew
roots
up.
only, and you can see where the soil is darker. It's peat moss on there that has been watered not long ago. Okay, next up is
This is probably the best shot
one of our
I got.
smaller planters, and it's full of what was described to us as heirloom market lettuce.
That lighting is
These
god
are
tier.
very beautiful. They're also very tasty. They've been coming along very nicely. It's probably about to get too hot for them. So, although we can harvest this multiple times, we'll probably end up just harvesting the whole planter here shortly.
That lettuce was really good.
It is now early June. It's June 5th, I believe. And we don't want them to get blazed. We just have to eat a lot of salad between now and when this gets harvested. Overall, I'm very satisfied with the heirloom market lettuce here. It's beautiful, and this is in
By
view
blow
of
up, I mean they
from the
just grew
street.
really, really well.
People can see these and ask questions about them.
Like they,
And I'm just using a
the size exploded.
elevated vortex microtubing sprinkler. I just propped that up with a bamboo stick, and that seems to get the job done pretty well here. It's definitely not perfect, but they're obviously doing quite well. These guys don't require a lot of water.
Yeah, our
All right,
sprinkler
next
system
up,
is all
we're
automated.
gonna look at our pea and fava bean
I built it
planter.
myself.
This planter has been a tremendous success.
Oh,
I
those
built
peas.
these trellises here. There's 4 in this planter out of bamboo,
Is Figgy in there?
and
I think
can't
she is.
really see them anymore, but that's a good thing because it means that the plants have grown so well to basically cover them up. There's one.
Fava beans.
Now there's
Still have those
4
frozen.
rows of peas here, and then there's 2 rows of fava beans in the middle between the rows.
Look how epic that growth is. My God.
They look kind of similar, so it's harder to distinguish the rows. There's also two different species of peas in here. There's the snow peas, which are the white flowers, and they produce a green pea. And then there's the snap peas, which are producing those purple flowers up there, which produce a purple pea. See if I can show you one.
I think
Snow
that
pea,
cat
right?
was,
Snap pea.
It's a snap pea. They're called sugar daddy.
Sugar daddy snap pea. Pretty tasty.
cat was in there somewhere.
Yeah, let me get some of that.
That one's premature. He's eating right now.
Some ASMR.
I'm gonna show you. That's a snap pea. Those are the green ones with white flowers. Can't be too detailed in here because there's just. Sorry. There's so much. And then the fava beans are not. They're not ready. But these are definitely the most mature fava beans that we've ever grown. We tried growing them in the autumn here and they just didn't get enough sun. So you can make out.
She's in there.
In here.
I know.
You can easily hide back in there.
It's a forest of peas.
Both of these, well, I should say all three of these crops
Cat.
add nitrogen to the soil. And they're very, very efficient in terms of their water usage. So I've got 2 sprinklers up there, which you can probably see coming out of the top of one of the trellises. And I would say that's an excessive amount of water for this planter. I would definitely grow peas again. I love peas, and they're a lot of fun to grow. You do need to build them a trellis, but so little water, so little maintenance.
Yeah, we really spent
And
a
the
lot
whole
of time
plant
on
is
this
edible.
planter here.
Especially
It's
when
tour.
it's younger, you can eat the shoots, and it just tastes delicious. So very pleased with
She
the
makes a
planter.
cameo,
very pleased
I'm
with the
sure.
peas and the fava beans.
Yeah,
to harvest
fava
them.
beans are called
Just as I
broad
was
beans.
Doing
In the
that little
UK.
tour, didn't realize that our cat is in there. That's Figgy.
She lost that
And
collar.
she's not allowed to be in there. She knows she's not allowed to be in there, but she doesn't listen to us. So at this point, I'm kind of at a loss for solutions.
She lost that ID
But,
too.
yeah, she loves to hang out in there. That is, unless it's the sprinklers are on, then she leaves. Okay, next up is a cedar planter I built. It's an elongated one, and it's full of 4 different cauliflower plants.
There she is.
And these are called the graffiti cauliflower.
Yeah, those cauliflower
They're
look
special
healthy.
because they're purple. Most people probably haven't seen or eaten purple cauliflower before. Let's see if I can give you a little sneak peek of what's happening in there. So that's what they look like. Now it's starting to get too hot for these cauliflower plants, and they're starting to flower. So we'll probably end up harvesting this one tonight now that we've filmed it, and probably put that in a salad. Maybe make some wings out of it. And we'll show you a little less impressive one that has started to flower.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really dark in there.
But you can also document the side shoots.
Yeah, this is one that has begun to flower. That is not a disease or an insect colony or anything like that. That's just what happens when it gets a little hot and the plant decides to start flowering.
They just
It was our spring that was too hot this year. Ruined our cauliflower harvest.
cauliflower typically don't shoot on the sides.
Yeah, so he's got. This is a sign that he's done very well. He's gotten plenty of sun, water, nutrition, and he's producing. He's going above and beyond the Call of Duty. But even his side shoot is starting to flower, so we've got to start harvesting these guys before the flavor gets tainted. But overall, I'd say these have done very well. And we did have an issue with slugs earlier, but we took care of it. And these are very beautiful plants. These are also in view of the street, so I'm very satisfied with them. This one, on the other hand, has not produced any cauliflower. I don't understand why.
Soil looks dry.
So 3 out of 4 of them did bear
You need
fruit,
to mulch that.
and 1 did not. Okay, next up I want to show you a mint planter.
These are
Most
the
of you
herbs. They're
watching
not
probably
that
planted
impressive.
away, but apart from the effects, insect repellent, and I believe that is probably for the next. All right, next up
This
is
this
our
combo was
bush
a bit of a
bean and
disaster.
carrot planter. We've got like 4 different varieties of bush beans in here. The one you're looking at right now is the yellow wax. We've also got some dragon tongue beans in here, which I started back in February, and they got frosted a couple times and set back, but they made it. It's actually a warm weather crop that I was fool enough to plant in February, well, transplant in March. We also got 2 different varieties of carrots in here. What are they called again? The Danver and the Nebula carrots. And none of those are ready to be harvested yet, but they're really enjoying the weather we've been getting. They've been doing quite well. And we've also got another vortex sprinkler up there that is attached to a bamboo stick. Pretty decent coverage. And I didn't list all the bush beans that are in there because you can't even really see them, and I don't remember them. Throughout
Total
the summer.
drip irrigation
All
noob
right,
at this
next up
point.
is the heirloom blue Scotch kale. This is in one of our smaller mason planters. As you can see,
Those
they've
totally
decided,
flowered. The
you
bees
know,
loved them.
We're okay with because it's flowered.
Pretty good
So
camera
they
work
can
right there,
come.
though.
We're
Actually,
happy to let greens like this flower, which a lot of people will actually pick the flowers before they are able to bud, so that they can continue harvesting the leaf. Problem growing go and nutritious. Now we planted 2 different varieties of kale this spring. The one you're looking at now is the Red Russian, which I have to say I do prefer over the blue Scotch in terms of flavor, and I think they're also a little more bountiful as well. They've produced more for us. Now we
sweet
which I have to-
Anna.
and I think they're also
Look, there she is.
a little more bountiful as well. They've produced more for us, but fortunately or unfortunately, let's say unfortunately for us, fortunately for the pollinators, they have also decided to start flowering, which we could have stopped once again, but I think we'll probably grow this one again this autumn. Maybe combo it with some different other varieties, but overall we're very satisfied with the Red Russian. We've been calling them affectionately the election meddler kale. Hashtag US politics. You actually believe that scam? Alright, let's move on. Okay, next up we've got a variety planter. We started out with arugula in this one, and that grew so quickly that we didn't even have time to document it, and we ate it all. Got pretty tired of it towards the end. But right now you're looking at some Brussels sprouts. This plant had my UK neighbor very excited because apparently in the UK they love Brussels sprouts. Use them a lot in their cuisine. Wait, UK has a cuisine? I didn't know that.
Shade throwing at the
Anyway, as you can
UK.
see, I did have to use some supports on these because we live in a rather windy valley. They're all right
This is
though,
so
and
long.
these guys have just started,
I know. That's why I didn't post it.
and these are doing pretty well. Next to the Brussels ancestor of the broccoli plant.
It was just too stressful for me
You
to
can
edit
see
all
some of
this
them
at the
there.
time. So I think I was going through a lot.
Unfortunately, these have not been very successful for us. I think it's just too warm where we Romanesco ancestor.
Oh man,
just
that
spring
Romanesco
anymore.
is so good though.
These at the grocery store. Next up, we've got our blueberry bushes. These at the
I
grocery
said something
store.
about the Dow, I think.
There, that's that shape that you're probably familiar with. If you've seen these at the grocery store. West, I'm not so sure we can bring anymore. Got them in a
Whatever.
very acidic pot. This one is called the Blue Jay.
Blueberry bush.
Why do we even rob at these blue per pot on these? Blueberries are quite thirsty plants. A collection of pots. I'm sure this is very common.
Look at that rest. I used the full restore on this foundation under here by hand. And I built that too.
Container gardening. We could cram it full, even more than it already is. That's where we got our 2 blueberries. There's some dill in there, some chives, and perhaps most notably, and he is really loving
Oh
this
man, that fig tree grew so much.
location because this, and it gets is off the wall from behind, and then it gets
He like
bladed.
tripled in size.
Yay. Planter, some sage, some there.
More herbs.
You know, 4 of these. It's just in drying some cabbage. It's Tierra. And they're pretty close together. So
The
maybe-
cabbage. We still have some sauerkraut from those.
You guys know about sauerkraut? It's German. It's really good.
Still got that kraut.
Here in one of our medium mason planters is the Untamed, the
He was
notorious
tiny.
Asian
fig
salad
tree.
mix.
Yeah.
This salad
That's
mix
all it
grew
says.
mustard
Packet.
seeds that were
And we
extremely
just decided
potent.
to try it out. I'm actually very
Man.
surprised
But the bees
with
love
this seed
that.
packet.
Bees
It's
love
done
that plant.
remarkably well. All those yellow flowers are some kind of mustard plant. I ate one, and you know that sensation when you have too much wasabi or maybe horseradish in your nasal,
Just hear the
in
children
your
screaming in the
nostrils?
park.
Yeah, that's what happened to me when I ate one of those flowers. But there's a lot more than just mustard in there. There's some kale and quite a few different lettuce varieties. This planter is ready to be harvested. We just wanted to film it before we did. And I'm a little reluctant to do so because there's still plenty of pollen in these flowers, and the bees have been loving this planter. You can see we got another vortex sprinkler on a bamboo stick. I've been using a lot of those. There's plenty of bees.
It's not a
in
very
here.
good method. Don't use that.
Sweetie is pointing out
And butterflies. Another
butterflies and moths. The local ecosystem just loves this planter, so we'll probably end up growing this mix again. We have been harvesting it and eating it, as you might expect. This is, you talk about permaculture. Yeah, I mean, it's not native plants. They're from Asia, and we live in the Northwest America. But let me tell you, the local insect population has really adopted this planter. Okay, and the last mason planter I want to show you is this one. Growing a bunch of lettuce in here. This was also attacked by slugs. This is a Pandero,
We grow a lot of lettuce in that planter.
and this is gets too much sun. This will be our veggie burgers for some time now, and I imagine it will continue to do so. Lastly, I want to show you a very special part of the garden. It's a little brainchild of mine. Some of you may have seen these things at your local port, maybe overseas on a barge. It's called the shipping container. It's a whole lot of steel. And I got this for my shed because I had to deal with some theft. And I'd pay good money to see somebody break into this bad boy
I miss green lettuce.
unnoticed because I got a lockbox on there. But anyway, the reason I tell you about this shipping container is because I decided to put a bunch of pots on top, and I ran the drip up there. So first I want to show you how I get up there, and hopefully I can do it just fine even though I'm mic'd up. Here we go. It's very important that you see this. All right, I'll have my trusty assistant hand me the camera so I can show you just what we're dealing with. Now, this is a pretty sweet setup and I'm proud to show you, but it's also a sad tale. I collected some seeds from the best farm in Washington State. I won't tell you what the name is because I don't want people coming down on me for my opinion. But they sold us an heirloom tomato for $5. And then I harvested the seeds from that tomato because it was the best, most buttery tomato I've ever tried. And I wanted to make sure the seeds were fertile, so I germinated them in early February and just ran out of space inside my home. So I had to put these out here in late March, thinking, or maybe it was early April, thinking that the last frost was behind us, but I was mistaken. I was mistaken. Here I'm at summer crops. Now this is what for sale. He's doing quite well for himself because so we got a dripper attached to them. These are 2 gallon per hour drippers. They're not actually dripping that much to each. There are in.
It was a lot of
we've
work
got
getting
the
all that up
half
there.
inch hose
Those
ran
things are heavy.
underground
I think
and
there's
up this container, and then
7-gallon
1
pots.
quarter-inch, what they call micro tubing hose, for each row of the
It's
canvas
heavy.
pots. And it is very effective. Before I had the drip set up, I was climbing up here with a heavy watering can. And although it was good exercise, it was taking a lot out of me. So this is actually probably the most unique setup, unique part of the garden that I show you guys.
I ended up
And I'm pretty
hardly any of those tomatoes made it. I
proud
ended
of
up
it. So if
putting
you're gonna
beans
do
in there
something on
instead.
top of your root structure is a container. These are grades through hurt
Yeah.
and dot.
I wasn't planning on watching this, but you know, you guys haven't seen these giant planters yet. That they're quite successful. And the beautiful thing about them, this is the big one right here that I'm using, is that I buried all that mass in there, all that biomass right there, and so all that's decomposing right now as we speak, especially in the wet season when it just gets rained on all the time. And so like those smaller sticks come this coming planting season, they're going to be like mush. You know, they're going to be decomposing, rotten, and the plants love eating that. So this planter will just get more and more nutritious over time. For like the next 20 years, it'll just improve in terms of its nutrition, even if I don't fertilize it. At least that's the idea. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna go lay down. We'll probably post this eventually. I think the reason I didn't is because I was just getting stressed out editing it, and some other things came up. It wasn't up to my standards. You know how I am. So we'll see you in the next stream. Peace out, everybody. Stay safe.